Yep. Let's take a look at some of the games going on tonight. It is Monday night, so we're having this game was supposed to be played tomorrow night, but the Dowling wrestling team has earned themselves a home wrestling postseason match, and that's going to happen here at the Dowling gym. So the Dowling Johnston girl-boy doubleheader is moved to tonight. That's why we're on Monday night. So other games going on. Well, the other team is pretty good at wrestling. Southeast Polk had to move their game tonight, so Ankeny at Southeast Polk, and these are all 6:15 girls game, followed by the boys game at 7:45. Girls only contest, Roosevelt at Ankeny Centennial, and they'll tip off here at 6:15. And a pretty good one over in Waukee Northwest, number 7 Valley at number 2 Waukee Northwest. That will not tip until 7:45 tonight because there are 2 preliminary JV1 and JV2 games going on. So that's a look at what's going on here tonight around the area, nothing else. So pretty limited games. And I'll tell you what, Dowling Johnston's place getting full. We're on CISN. You know, CISN doesn't come here all the time. You think they come here because they like me or something. They come here for the pretty good games, and they picked a good one tonight to see the Johnston Dragons and Dowling in a girl-boy doubleheader, Mike.
Yeah, they did pick a good one tonight. For all practical purposes, again, this is 2 of the top 3 teams in 5A in the state. They have, like you said, met the last 2 state championships, and there's a good chance they could be meeting for a 3rd time down at Casey's. Is it Casey's Arena?
Casey's Center.
Center, I got to get that right. Wells Fargo Arena, Casey's Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then don't forget Friday night, Dowling's home because we're home the rest of the year except for one boys game at Ankeny. But senior night this Friday night, Dowling hosting Ankeny in a girl-boy doubleheader. It'll be senior night, and that'll happen between games, I think. So the girls game. So we'll have that. Then next week, Dowling hosts Southeast Polk on Tuesday, and then Waukee Northwest on Friday. And the Dowling girls will be done with their regular season. They'll have 8 days off, and they'll host a 5A regional semifinal. The Dowling boys will travel to Ankeny on a Thursday night, like February 18th, I believe. So we'll have that going on. So that's kind of look at our schedule. We're going to take a break, come back with starting lineups. Mike Burkert has a few keys to the game. You can't write down 7 or 8 of them. We're only going to get to 2 or 3, but
I know that.
We'll see what happens.
I'm always prepared just in case.
That's state tournament where we have all that media time. You know, they got media timeouts. We got a lot of recognition. But regular season, we're going. But we'll get to you. Pick out your keys to the game, and we'll come back with them.
Sounds good.
All right, Mike Burkert is my broadcast partner. This is Mark Amadale. As we got a couple minutes before starting lineups, we'll take a 1-minute break. As it's Dowling and Johnston, the girls game followed by the boys game. Girls game, the rematch of the last 2 state championship games in Class 5A, Dowling and Johnston. Starting lineups next along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym in West Des Moines, Iowa. Glad you could join us tonight for a Central Iowa Metro League doubleheader. Yes, on a Monday night. Game moved from tomorrow to tonight. It's Dowling and Johnston, and we want to welcome our viewers on CISN as we will be simulcasting our radio broadcast on 105.5 FM KIHS. That is Iowa Catholic Radio here in Central Iowa, our flagship station, alongside Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Amadale. Brady Grimm is our studio producer, and recognize the TV side tonight. Our director is Randy Nielsen, and working the cameras are Marion Bailey and Rachel Hawley. So our thanks to them. And let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the visitors from Johnston and their 68-game winning streak. Their head coach is Chad Jellick in his 14th year at Johnston, 282 wins, 54 losses, a winning percentage of 84%. He's assisted by Brad Buchan, Christine Wolford, Steve Valine, and Bart Smith. And the Dragons come in averaging 71.5 points on offense, giving up 46.5 points on defense. They've won, they're 16-0 this year, ranked number 1 in Class 5A. And they will start this lineup at point guard, a 4-guard lineup. Jenica Lewis, a 5'11 senior, just got named to the McDonald's All-America team. She'll be playing, representing Iowa. Lewis, averaging 21.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, leads the team in steals, and the rest of those categories. And she'll wear number 10. The other guard is Ari Phillips, 5'9 junior, averaging 9.5 points, wearing number 14. Third guard is Dea Phillips, her twin sister, a 5'9 junior, averaging 4.5 points. She'll wear number 20. And the fourth guard is Mariah Dixon, the Urbandale transfer, 5'7 junior, averaging 8 points is Mariah, and she'll wear number 24. And at forward, Kelly Kolb, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 12.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 22. So it'll be Lewis, Ari and Dea Phillips, Kelly Kolb, and Mariah Dixon for the Johnston Dragons, who bring a record of 16-0. Now for Dowling Catholic, the home team on the scoreboard wearing their home white uniforms with the maroon numbers and trim. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 10th year at Dowling, 182 wins, 60 losses, 75% winning percentage. 16 years overall, 283 wins, 95 losses. Won a state championship game while coaching at Nevada. Assisted by Joel Danner, Audrey Faber-Francis, Tom Donahue, Lisa Morrissey-Smith, Jonathan Vanderlaw, and Logan Griner round out the Dowling lineup. And the Maroons will start at point guard. Katie Moeller, 6'2 junior, averaging 17.5 points, leads the team with her sister Ellie. And Katie, a captain, will wear number 11. The other guard is Nikki Moeller, 5'11 freshman, averaging 6 points. She'll wear number 21. The third guard is Maddie Rice. Maddie, a captain at 5'8 and a senior, wearing number 25. The fourth guard is Adrian Sears, a 5'10 freshman, averaging 7.5 points. She'll wear number 31. And at center, named to the McDonald's Iowa team, was Ellie Muller. Ellie's a 6'3 senior, averaging 17.5 points, 12.5 rebounds, leads the team in those categories. And at center, she wears number 23 and a captain. Dowling comes in with a record of 15-2, ranked third in Class 5A. So that is the tale of the tape, Mike Burker. Before we go to break, some of your keys to this contest.
Yeah, I pared it down for you, Mark. So probably the three most important things are they need to protect the basketball. They need to limit the turnovers. It's going to be a possession game. All these games recently have gone down to the wire, and you've got to make sure that every possession counts. They need to defend the entire shot clock. Johnston's a very patient offensive team. If they don't get the ball out on the break, they'll run the clock down till they get good shots. So you've got to play the entire shot clock, 35 seconds all the way through. And they need to play the entire 32 minutes. They can't have any lulls. Let Johnston get out on any runs. If they do, they've got to be able to respond, and they've got to be able to finish the game strong.
Well, those are pretty good keys. I'm going to throw one more in there, and that's turnovers. Dowling comes in averaging 13 turnovers a game, and Johnston 8.5 on the girls' side. We're going to take a break and come back with our tip-off, Dowling and Johnston. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and Father Reed Flood, our pregame prayer here on the Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
3, 2, action! Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
National anthem played, our pregame prayer already played, and now we get set. Dowling and Johnston. Let's see. These two teams have met the last 2 years at the 5A state championship game. Johnston's won 7 in a row over Dowling and 13 of the last 15. But the series is tied 23-all thanks to Rich Gradeville. Can we use that? He's not going to get where he's not. He's probably at some Irish bar. He's not going to hear anything about that.
I think
you're not going to comment, are you?
I think it had more to do with the coaching of Bob and Sharon and John Wilkinson and the players that they had at the time.
I would agree. I want to throw that out there. Let's see if something comes across my timeline, and I may have to get an unlisted number. Right, we're underway. Dowling wins the tip. They go right to left. We were watching tonight on CISN. There's a long three by Katie Moeller. Top of the key. It's no good. Out of bounds to Johnston. And, Mike, in your keys to the game, one of mine has to be the turnover because it comes down to one possession sometimes. Johnston won the first meeting 46-43 back on Tuesday, December 16th, right before Christmas, before the teams had their Christmas break, and it came down to one possession. So a big margin in turnovers. Johnston down the lane, layup is good, and that is Kelly Kolb with the first basket of the game, 2-0 Dragons.
Yeah, each possession has to count for each team. They can't if you're on defense, give them one shot, and on offense, you got to make sure you get a shot.
There's a pass by Sears. It's knocked out of bounds, and Muller couldn't handle it, so it'll be Johnston basketball. Turnover against Dowling. 2-0 Dragons. Johnston with Jenica Lewis. She wears number 10, along with Kelly Kolb, who has the basketball now. Ari Phillips, Dea Phillips, and Mariah Dixon. Now a long three up and no good by Ari Phillips. Rebound Dowling, and here's Katie Muller. Dowling right to left, the three Muller sisters. Now Katie's pass is stolen away by Jenica Lewis. Now Lewis top of the key for three. It's no good. Offensive rebound Kolb. Back to Lewis. She'll launch a three right from the Dowling bench. Good. 5-0 Johnston to start things off.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. You had to limit them to one shot, and they did, and they had to pay for that with a 3-point by Jenica Lewis.
Here's Sears with the basketball. Gets it to Maddie Rice. Lobs it inside to Ellie Muller. Got deep inside the lane. Layup good. Nice job by Ellie Muller. She might have got a little too deep on that right block, but she found an angle.
They pushed her really far underneath there, but she was able to get that shot up.
5-2 our score. Here's Lewis. A shot up and no good. Fight for the rebound. Katie Muller outduels Dea Phillips for the basketball. Now Katie will ring the ball up the floor. Katie down the lane, kicks in the corner. Here's Sears for three, up, no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling and Nikki Muller, and they keep the possession alive. A long three up and no good by Katie Muller. Rebound comes out to Dixon, and down the lane, her shot no good. And a rebound out to Dowling. So both teams last several possessions, a lid on the ball. 5-2 is our score. Johnston with the lead. Katie Muller, left block, guarded by Jenica Lewis. Kicks it out to Sears. Now to Rice. Maddie down the right side. In the corner goes to Nikki Muller for three. Good! The freshman Nikki Muller with her first three, and we're tied at 5 with 5:30 left to go first quarter here at the Dowling gym, Mike.
That's a big basket by her. She needs to get off to a quick start so she can get some confidence in this game.
I think both teams have got to find their complementary shooters. Everybody knows about Jenica Lewis and Kelly Kolb. They're the two leading scorers for Johnston. For Dowling, it's Katie and Ellie Muller. Find someone else. And now in the lane, a shot rolls through by Jenica Lewis, who now has 5 points.
Yeah, she seems to be a little more aggressive offensively early on in this game than she has in the last one.
There's Katie Muller down the lane. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound. Ellie Muller turns in the lane. Can't get the shot off. And now a little scoop shot up and no good. Officials let him play through, and the rebound out to Johnston. Dragons by 2 in the basketball. Here's Ari Phillips. A little mid-range shot up and good. Nobody came out and put a hand on her. And Ari with her first basket.
Yeah, the coaches aren't real happy with that, because nobody really picked her up at all.
9-5 Johnston. There's Nikki Moeller with it. Johnston overplaying the passing lanes. And here's Kelly Kolb extending the pressure over to Katie Moeller, guarded by Jenica Lewis. That'll be a matchup to watch tonight. 9-5 Johnston, 4:15 to go. First quarter here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling right to left in the home white uniforms. They're lobbing inside to Ellie Moeller, and a turnover on Dowling. Tonight's officials, Chris Thomas, Travis Graven, and Michael Lawler, our three-person crew. And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 4:11 to go here in the first quarter, and it's Johnston leading 9-5. Dragons led by Jenica Lewis's 5 points, Ari Phillips and Kelly Kolb 2 points each. Dowling with Nikki Moeller with 3 points and Ellie Moeller with 2 points here. Mike, what do you got for some quick numbers?
The thing that jumps out at me is the 3 turnovers by Dowling in their first 8 possessions. Johnston's coming out very aggressive defensively, putting a lot of pressure on the people handling the ball, so they can't get the pass inside to Ellie, and they're struggling to get open shots right now. On offense, like we said, Jenica Lewis seems to be a little more aggressive offensively than she was in the last game, and they seem to be looking to attack the basket on Dowling.
Well, thanks to our CISN crew here tonight. Camera operators Rachel Hawley and Marion Bailey, and Randy Nielsen producing. And our thanks to Brady Grimm, Iowa Catholic Radio, as he is our studio producer. Now out of the timeout, here's Johnston. Now corner 3, up and no good by Ari Phillips from the left baseline. Rebound Dowling and Maddie Rice. Runs in the front court, Ellie Moeller. Now to Sears. 9-5 Johnston. 3:40 left to go here in this first quarter. Place is getting full here at the Dowling Gym. Underneath, Ellie Moeller shot too strong off the backboard, and a rebound out to Johnston. Dea Phillips guarding Ellie Moeller in the post. Dea at 5'9", Ellie at 6'3". There's Lewis with it, guarded by Sears this time. Jenica down the lane, kicks it over in the corner to Ari Phillips. Won't shoot the 3, now dribbles to the left elbow. Puts up the shot, up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Katie Moeller. 9-5 the score remain. Here's Sears in transition in the corner to Nikki Moeller for 3. Good. Nikki's hit a pair of 3s from that right corner, and she has 6 points, and it's a 1-point Johnston lead, 9-8 Dragons.
She's found her spot over there, and they've helped out on the inside, and she's been open for the corner shot.
Now Dowling has Sears on Jenica Lewis, as they're going to rotate players, I'm sure, at different times tonight. Jalea Knidz in the lineup. Jalea, number 23, was injured the first time, had that knee injury, but has been cleared and now back in the lineup. And now backing in is Dea Phillips over Katie Moeller. Her shot no good, and a whistle and a loose ball foul on Dea Phillips off the missed shot, and that'll be her first foul. Knidz missed 6 games. She injured that MCL on her knee, and she's got it padded. And she was looking to be one of the starters for Coach Jellick this year, but is now coming off the bench as Mariah Dixon has filled that role very nicely. Sears checks out, and Tess Carmichael in for Dowling. Carmichael, a 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 33, and has the basketball now. Now here's Rice with it in the right corner. Johnston by 1. Here's Katie Moeller with it, guarded by Lewis. Skip pass in the corner to Carmichael. Dowling being very patient, 15 on the shot clock. Now the ball knocked out of bounds. Good hustle that time by Kolb. Kelly Kolb, she just does the intangibles for this Johnston team.
Johnston's got a lot of quickness on their team, and they utilize it very effectively, putting pressure on the ball and jumping in the passing lanes.
Mariah Dixon will check back in, as Dea Phillips will sit down with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. Johnston by 1, 13 on the shot clock. Katie Moeller inbounds to her sister Ellie, now to her other sister Nikki. Katie, top of the key for 3, won't shoot it. Prodding, goes down the right side, kicks it over in the corner to Carmichael. 2 on the shot clock, and that'll be a shot clock violation on Dowling. Good job of defense by Johnston, and the Maroons, once they drove baseline, they had a shot, but they had no angle for the shot.
No, it was a nice drive, but she got herself in a position where she couldn't get a shot off.
Johnston with the basketball. Here's Dixon with it, dribbles left side. Dribble handoff to Kolb. Kolb guarded by Maddie Rice. Now they get it to Jenica Lewis, who's guarded by Carmichael. Jenica, step back three, top of the key, off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, and now ball stolen away by Dowling. Nikki Muller stole it out of her hands, and her sister Katie saved it, and Dowling with the ball in transition. Now Katie loses it, turnover. Here's Lewis. Jenica down court to Kolb, layup good. Johnston made him pay. Kolb with her 4th point, and the Dragons by 3, 11-8 as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the first quarter, Mike. Now underneath, Katie Muller, her shot no good. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Ellie Muller with her 4th point. Maroons get a break there. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, Ellie just kind of reached over the smaller Johnston player and snatched it off and got the ball in on the offensive rebound.
1 point lead, and now Johnston with the basketball. Checking in the lineup is Paige Andernock, 5'10 sophomore, averaging 8 points, and now a turnover against the Dragons. That's kind of a rarity, but the Maroons made him pay. Andernock kicked the ball back, and they turned it over.
Yeah, she tried to make a move, and her first dribble bounced off her thigh.
11-10. Johnston with the lead. 36 seconds remaining here in the first quarter from the Dowling gym. Glad you could join us tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV on their YouTube channel. Appreciate all they do for Central Iowa and live streaming, especially the CIML. Tonight's game in Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic. Our thanks to Iowa Wealth Management and Construction Professionals. Dowling trying to play for their last shot. About a 1 second differential, shot clock to game clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Maddie Rice with it looking inside. They're trying to post up Ellie Muller. Now a whistle and a foul on Johnston, as Ari Phillips will pick up her first foul with 1.9 seconds remaining. And it'll be out of bounds. That's probably not a bad foul. They have several to give.
Yeah, I think that at least the people behind us, not directly behind us, but behind us, don't agree with that call.
That'd be the Johnston fans.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about my family who have just gathered around us?
Yeah, they're quiet. They're respectful right now.
Yeah, here's Katie Muller, long three at the horn. It's no good. And we have come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling gym with the score. Johnston 11, Dowling Catholic 10. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. We'll return here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN with the second quarter from the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym as we get underway here in the second quarter with Johnston leading Dowling 11-10. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. As we simulcast tonight, Iowa Catholic Radio with CISN. Johnston with the ball left to right in their road black uniforms with purple trim and white border numbers. Dowling, the home team, in their white uniforms with maroon numbers and letters. Here's Johnston with the ball. 13 on the shot clock. Kolb with it. Kelly with it. Gets it over to Ari Phillips in the lane over Ellie Moore. Layup good. Nice move by Ari Phillips right over Ellie.
Yeah, that was a nice move by her down the lane, and they took the shot clock down to 5. So, like I said, you got to play the defense all the way through the 35 seconds.
13-10. Johnston by 3. Dragons are led by as many as 5 tonight. Now a skip pass. Nearly stolen away, and let's see if Dowling can get it back. The ball slapped around, and Johnston gets it. Dea Phillips on the recovery. Out to Jenica Lewis. Wants to dribble baseline. Can't do it. Nice cut off there by Katie Muller. There's a couple of players that will be guarding each other in a few years.
Yeah.
With Jenica playing for Notre Dame and Katie naming her college. Now Kolb gets loose around the right side. Her shot no good. Rebound into the hands of Sears. Now to down court Dowling, and here is Muller with the shot no good, but Katie with the rebound and draws the foul. And that'll be on Knitz, her first, and free throws coming for Dowling with 6:39 to go here in the second quarter. So Katie Muller at the line. Scoreless in that first quarter. We'll have 2 free throws here. 69% free throw shooter on the year. First one up and good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Second free throw good. And it's 13-12. Johnston by 1 over Dowling Catholic. Maroons have yet to take the lead tonight. Johnston, as I mentioned earlier, had a 5-point lead in the first quarter. Right off the gate. Now here is Knitz down the lane. Try to get a shot. And finally passes it out to Jenica Lewis. Jenica guarded by Katie Muller. Goes left side down the lane. A little scoop shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up and in. Right over Ellie Muller. Jenica Lewis with her 7th point.
She just stayed with it there. Missed it short. Got the ball right back and scored.
Look at our first quarter statistics here in a moment. Dowling with the little dribble weave. Now Sears with it. Adrian, reach-in foul called on R.E. Phillips. That'll be her second. Mike, go ahead.
Sure. Dowling in the first quarter was 4 out of 12, 33% shooting. Did not shoot a free throw. They had 9 rebounds total, 3 offensive, 3 defensive, and 5 turnovers. They were 2 of 6 from the 3-point, 2 of 6 from the 2-point range. Johnston was 5 out of 13, 38%, 4 of 8 from the 2-point range, 1 of 5 from the 3-point range, 4 rebounds, and 2 turnovers.
All right, Dowling inbounds the ball underneath their own basket, and Katie Muller's pass to her sister Ellie. Layup up and good. And Katie gets the assist. Ellie with her 6th point, and it's 15-14. Johnston by 1. Dowling going with their 5 starters. Katie Muller, Nikki Muller, Ellie Muller, Maddie Rice, Adrian Sears. And now here's Johnston underneath. A shot up and no good by Dea Phillips. That ball was blocked by Ellie Muller. Rebounded in the hands of Sears. Now Nikki Muller for 3 up and no good. Offensive rebound, Katie Muller. Her putback's no good. Ball slapped her off. And it'll be Johnston basketball. Maroons had an opportunity there to take the lead, Mike, and couldn't get the ball to fall.
No, they couldn't. One thing I've noticed in the first quarter, Mark, is that Johnston played 9 players, which is going kind of into their bench, and they didn't lose anything going down to those 9 players.
Yeah, they usually don't, and they haven't had to really go to it except a few games a year. It's Waukee Northwest and against Dowling. Now, jumper on the baseline, no good by Knitz, and the rebound out to Dowling and Katie Muller. 15-14 Johnston. Under 5 minutes to play. Here's Katie Muller. Lobs a pass inside. The ball deflected off the backboard and stolen away by Johnston. Dragons. Mariah Dixon in the front court. Dribble handoff goes to Kelly Kolb. Now they leave it for Kolb for 3. Up and good from the top of the key. Kelly Kolb with her 27th made 3 of the year, and she's got 7 points.
She had a nice screen for her on the top of the circle there, and she took one dribble and got the shot in.
And now here is Katie Muller down the left side of the lane. Her shot no good. A whistle and a foul on Dea Phillips. That'll be her second. So the Phillips twins both have 2 fouls each. And Katie Muller back to the free throw line for Dowling. She has yet to score a field goal tonight. And her first free throw up and rolls off the rim, no good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Construction Professionals, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. Second free throw coming. And it's no good. Rebound Johnston. 18-14 Dragons by 4. 4:10 to go, second quarter. At halftime, we'll catch up with the Dowling boys basketball coach Justin Einertson, preview the boys game between Dowling and Johnston. Here's Lewis with the basketball. And Johnston wants a timeout. 4:01 to go here in the second quarter. And this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. It's 18-14, Johnston with the lead, and 17 on the shot clock. You don't get a new shot clock when you call timeout. What was that all about? What did Coach Jellick want to adjust to this offensive set, Mike?
I think he called an offensive set that time, and one of the players was not in the right spot. Because as I was watching, as one of the players was coming towards the bench, he picked her out. And specifically was explaining something to her, and he still is explaining it to her in the huddle. So I think they have an offensive set that they want to run, and it wasn't coming to fruition how he looked at it. So, and like we said, every possession is important. They're got a 4-point lead, with 4 minutes to go, and they want to make sure that this one counts.
Of course, tonight as we simulcast with the CISN group, recognize Randy Nielsen, our director. Marion Bailey, I think she's upstairs, and Rachel Hawley is working the camera below the basket. So if you're watching on CISN, you're getting that floor view, and that's Rachel doing that. I'm Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert. Our studio producer is Brady Grimm back at Iowa Catholic Radio. Here's Jenica Lewis, little two-player game. They get it inside to Andernock and draws the foul. And I think you're exactly right. They want to run that two-player game there, Mike.
Yeah, she didn't come up for the pick and roll there, and that's what he was upset with. They ran it, and they got a foul.
Fouls on Tess Carmichael of Dowling, her first. And yeah, the Dragons have went to their bench tonight. Andernock is one of those young ladies off the bench. That's her first point of the night. As she makes the first free throw, Andernock's second free throw off the back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, and goes off of Katie Muller, so it'll be Johnston basketball. Kolb had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, she contested that rebound, and as it bounced away, it was kind of hard to control, and Katie was the last one to touch it there.
All right, Knitz and Andernock in off the bench, along with Mariah Dixon, who has it now. Kolb on the corner. Tries to get it to Jenica Lewis. She's being overplayed by Tess Carmichael. Dragons have it. Here's Mariah Dixon going baseline against Maddie Rice. Gets it out to Knitz. Now a little two-player game underneath, and we got traveling called on Andernock. And that'll wave off the basket. 3.5 minutes to go. Second quarter, 19-14. Johnston by 5. This has been their largest lead of the night. Equals their largest lead of the night, I should say. Dowling the other way. Place is packed here at the Dowling gym. Here's Muller with it. Ellie down the lane. Goes against Andernock. Layup good. A little scoop shot, reverse layup by Ellie Muller with her 8th point. Now the other way. Johnston in the offensive end. A foul on Dowling. It'll be on Carmichael, her second. Team foul number 2 on Dowling. 3 team fouls on Johnston with 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, Mike.
Yeah, they ran that high pick and roll again. It seems like that's something new in their arsenal that they didn't have last time when we played them.
They get a little bit more comfortable with Andernock, and Andernock with the feed inside to Kalb, and the shot is up and no good. A whistle and a foul on Dowling, and free throws coming for Kalb. Fouls on Katie Muller, her first. It'll be Dowling's 3rd team foul, and Kalb again at the free throw line. And Kelly Kalb, 5'11" sophomore, averaging just under 13 points and just under 6 rebounds. And it's hard to believe she's just a sophomore. She came on last year very well off the bench for the Dragons. First free throw good. And the second free throw good. Kalb with 9 points here in the first half.
And she's a really smooth offensive player, and she's got a lot of athletic quickness for defense too.
There's Muller underneath, and she draws the foul. Reach-in foul on Andernock, and that'll be her first. It'll be out of bounds, Dowling. That'll be the 14th foul on Johnston. So the final 2 minutes and 55 seconds, Dowling will be shooting 2 after they inbound it here. They lob it into Ellie Muller, does Maddie Rice. And Ellie goes down the lane, up against Andernock, and foul called on Andernock. This will be a 2-shot foul. And on Paige Andernock, her second.
That's so 3rd player for Johnston with 2 fouls in the first half here.
Yeah, the Phillips twins and Andernock with 2 fouls each. free throws coming for Ellie Moeller. And the first one up and no good. Dowling's missed her last 3 free throws. In a game in which you play for 1 or 2 possessions at the end, some of these earlier things you can't compensate for. Second free throw is good. Ellie Moeller with 9 points. And it's 21-17, Johnston by 4 with 2:45 to play here in the second quarter from the Dowling Gym. Glad you could join us tonight. Monday night, high school girls and boys basketball in the CIML. This is Class 5A girls basketball. This game got moved from tomorrow night to tonight due to wrestling. And now reverse layup, no good by Knitz. She had a good look at the basket there, Mike, but couldn't get it to fall. Rebound out to Dowling.
She did. That was a nice move. Reverse layup underneath. Just kind of rolled off the front.
There's Katie Moeller, and now she gets loose underneath and draws the foul. And free throws coming. That might be on Jenica Lewis. We'll see.
I think on 20.
That'll be on Dea Phillips. That'll be her third, and Katie Moeller will have 2 free throws. Once again, our officials tonight, Chris Thomas, Travis Graven, and Michael Lawler. First free throw good by Katie Moeller. She has 3 points tonight, all at the free throw line as Johnston has really neutralized her. Katie leads Dowling with 50 made 3-pointers. Second free throw good. 4 points for Katie Moeller. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, second quarter. It's 21-19. Dragons by 2 and the basketball. Knitz with it. Jalea, 5'7" senior. Gets to Andernock. Page with it. Now back to Jenica Lewis. Jenica at the right elbow. Stops. And her shot up and no good. I think Sears got a piece of it. Coach Jellick wants a foul. And rebound Dowling and Sears. Adrian with it in the front court for the Maroons. Again, Dowling has not led in this contest. Sears underneath and ball knocked out of bounds by Mariah Dixon of Johnston. It'll be 23 on the shot clock as Dowling inbounds underneath their own basket. Maddie Rice to throw it in.
It's a very physical game at this point.
Here's Nikki Moeller, now to Rice. They look inside. Now they get it to Katie Moeller for 3, top of the circle. It's no good, but offensive rebound Dowling and Sears. Adrian now double team in the corner, and she calls timeout. And so does her coach. So we've got a timeout on the floor, and this will be, we'll see here. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with a minute 32 to play in the second quarter. 21-19, Johnston leads Dowling. Number 1 versus number 3. We have our halftime guest here. He got to find a spot because it's really tight around where we're sitting. We're supposed to be in the media area, and that all went out the window. I think I sold my seat or something. You know. All right, Mike, what do you see here? 2 minutes, or Johnston by 2. Final minute and a half of the first half, and both teams want to finish strong going into the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, it's going to be key how they finish up this half. My guess is that Dowling's got 31 seconds on the shot clock. My guess is they're going to run it down, try to get a good shot depending on when that is. Johnston's been running the shot clock pretty much down most of the time, so it's probably 2 or 3 more possessions is all you're going to get in this half.
Right, Katie Moeller inbounds to her sister Ellie, to Maddie Rice. Now to Katie Moeller, and she's knocked down and out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball as Katie got knocked over by Jenica Lewis, and both teams went after the basketball. Jenica came up with it, but she was out of bounds when she picked it up over there on that far sideline. So it'll be Dowling basketball, 22 on the shot clock.
Yeah, the good thing was that the referee is in the right spot there so he can make the proper call.
Katie Moeller getting to her sister Ellie, top of the key for 3, up, no good off the back iron. Lewis with the rebound. Approaching the 1 minute mark here in the first half. Lewis for 3, and she's fouled by Katie Moeller, and she'll get 3 free throws. On Katie, that'll be her second foul. And Jenica Lewis, 86% free throw shooter, has 7 points here in the first half. Will have 3 free throws here. First free throw up and good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Iowa Wealth Management. I thank the supporters of CISN, as they'll be heading to the Iowa City Coralville area, as they'll be bringing you Girls State Wrestling this coming Thursday and Friday. Pete Tarpey and company, third free throw is good at Extreme Arena in the Iowa City Coralville area, Thursday and Friday on CISN, Girls State Wrestling. And Lewis now with 10 points as she makes all three free throws there, Mike. 24-19. Johnston equaling their biggest lead of 5 points here in the first half.
Big offensive possessions for Dowling right now.
Here's Sears with it, guarded by Knitz. Both teams have stayed man-to-man on defense. Here's Sears finding a way underneath, layup good. Nice move by the freshman. Adrian Sears with her first basket, cuts the lead to 3 with 30 seconds to play. Shot clock turned off, and Johnston by 3 in the basketball here.
Yeah, we were right. There were 3 possessions in that last point, so good guess.
Sometimes we're lucky, more so than ever good.
Let's see, what are the odds on who gets this last shot?
Well, Johnston's got the ball right now. I think their odds. 8 seconds remaining. Lewis coming off the ball screen. Gets it over to Kolb for 3. The ball is partially blocked by Ellie Muller to Nikki Muller. They're going to have to shoot it at half-court shot at the horn. Is no good. And we have come to the end of the first half with the score. Johnston 24, Dowling Catholic 21. Number 1 Johnston and their 68-game winning streak, leading Dowling by 3 at halftime. We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale, and we'll take a break here at halftime, a 2-minute break. 24-21, Johnston over Dowling here at halftime in the Central Iowa Metro League, Class 5A girls basketball along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to halftime here at the Dowling Catholic High School Gym in West Des Moines. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. Halftime as number 1 Johnston leading number 3 Dowling 24-21 in this Class 5A girls contest. Joined now by the Dowling boys head basketball coach Justin Einertson. Coach, welcome. Big crowd here tonight for a Tuesday night, or for a Monday night. I'm saying Tuesday. Monday night, early week game. Got to have the gym tomorrow night for. The Dowling Wrestlers host their postseason, so that's a congratulations to them. But tonight, your game got moved. Yours and Coach Meyer's game moved to tonight. You take on Johnston, and oh, by the way, it's a rematch of Lincoln and Hoover, the two coaches involved, you and Courtney Henderson at Johnston.
It is literally Groundhog Day. We've had quite a few of these battles. But right now I'm I'm locked into our halftime show, which is Coach Nicholson changing the net in front of our bench, and I can't believe how fast he did that. I think he was nervous about it too.
Well, it was either him or Raider Rob going up there. Now he's making sure the basketball goes through, but he made sure a girls' basketball went through. You might want to try a boys' basketball just a little bit bigger, make sure that net.
Well, that first half, we don't want any of them going through, so if they get stuck there, that's fine.
I get that. Well, Coach, tonight you're coming off Friday night's loss to Waukee in a great battle, especially after being down in the first half by double figures. Came back and cut it to 4. Very fine Waukee, so you split the series there, and now you got Johnston. And the Dragons a little bit more healthier. Tino Day coming off that collarbone injury in football. What wasn't available the first time you met him in December. He's back, and he's back in the starting lineup tonight for Coach Courtney Henderson. So talk about the matchup with Johnston for the second time around.
Yeah, they're about as dangerous as you get from the guard positions. I mean, 4 really, really tough ones in that first unit. They still defend really well. They're shooting the 3 at a high clip. And their ability to score one-on-one is relatively unique. Like, we've seen some of it with Urbandale. Northwest is elite at it. Waukee's pretty good at it. Johnston, a lot of their stuff comes off of one-on-one. So, you know, it's another challenge similar to Waukee in a way. They're just a little bit smaller. But, yeah, our execution level wasn't very sharp on Friday. I thought Saturday and Sunday were really good opportunities for us to sharpen up. And, you know, this is one heck of a test on a short week. Because if you don't execute, you don't score.
Well, Johnston avenged an early season loss to Urbandale at Johnston back in December. They defeated Urbandale at Urbandale Friday night, 64-57, and knock off the 7th-ranked Jayhawks, who are now no longer ranked. But a big win for Johnston, and I think Tino getting back in that lineup. They're going to put Bargiolo, who started earlier. Caleb Bargiolo will now come off the bench, and he's a pretty good presence. So they have some athleticism, and it was a tight game when you faced them last time, a 4-point Dowling win at Johnston, and I would expect the same tonight.
The rock
close
fight.
game.
Yep,
the rock fight.
Tino Day is, I don't quote me, I thought he was an all-state player last year. So, you know, that was a big loss for them. I thought they weathered the storm pretty decently in the first half of the year, and now they're back to 500 and extremely dangerous. So this is one of those games where we look at it like if you win it, it's going to look like a really good win, because they're going to win quite a few games before the end of the season here.
No question about it. We're visiting with Justin Einertson, Dowling boys basketball coach here at halftime of the girls contest. Johnston leading Dowling 24-21, the battle of top 3 teams in Class 5A. Matter of fact, 2 teams that have played for the state championship the last 2 years in Class 5A. And Mike Burkert, you've always got a question or two for the Dowling boys coach. Mike coached girls for so many years. I know he's always wanted to ask this of the boys coaches, so fire away, Mike.
More of a general question.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, Mark.
Darn.
But team chemistry is an important part. In fact, I always thought it was one of the more important things of how you're going to do in a season. How do you develop that and build on that throughout the season?
Yeah, I think this is probably harder now than ever before with AAU rivalries. You know, a lot of parents are heavily involved in youth sports, which can be a challenge when it comes to team chemistry. It's almost as if you're trying to create a team full of individual athletes. You know, there's a lot of the AAU scene kind of develops you as an individual a little bit more than it did in the past. I think one of our advantages is just how hard things are here. I think that pulls people together. Our summer program in June does a nice job of breaking some of those barriers. You know, you wore that jersey a month ago. Well, now we're on the same team, and now we're at the Dells, you know, playing mini golf against each other, you know, running hills or lifting with the football team. I do feel like we've done a nice job of keeping our group together despite how hard it is in today's culture. But there's no question. I mean, you look around the CIML and there's movement every year. And a lot of that is just because kids start to look at basketball as an individual sport played by a team.
Well, Coach, I know we got to get ready for the second half, so we got to get our breaks in. But what's the keys for Dowling to be successful tonight in the rock fight against Johnston and your buddy Courtney Henderson?
Well, we got to be better defensively than they are. We have to dominate the glass and contest just about every shot. Obviously, you have to hit free throws. You know, on a Monday, you always wonder how many fouls they're actually going to call. It seems like they let things go a little bit more, so that night's a little bit shorter. So you got to be ready to battle. You got to be ready to go through some chests and hands.
All right. Well, we look forward to talking to you at the end of the game. Hopefully it's Dowling victory. And who knows? Dowling Johnston, it can go either way. We all know that.
That's true.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Justin Anderson, Dowling boys, Coach visiting with us at halftime, and we will take a break. It's Johnston girls leading Dowling 24-21, the battle of number 1 versus number 3. Alongside Mike Burkett, I'm Mark Amadale, back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym. Is about ready to start the second half here with Johnston leading Dowling 24-21. Let's go through the scoring real quick for the Johnston Dragons. They were led in the first half by Jenica Lewis's 10 points. She was 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Ari Phillips with 4 points. Her twin sister Dea did not score. And 9 points for Kelly Kolb. Off the bench, Paige Andernock with 1 point. Dragons were 6 of 7 at the free throw line. For Dowling, Maroons were led by Ellie Muller's 9 points, 6 points for Nikki Muller, 4 points for Katie Muller. She went 4 of 6 at the free throw line for her 4 points. Adrian Sears with 2 points. Dowling 5 of 8 at the free throw line. Dragons jumped out to 11-10 first quarter lead, and they outscored Dowling 13-11 in the second quarter to lead by 3 here at halftime. And on the first possession, Dowling gets the ball down low to Ellie Muller, and she's tied up. Turnover against Dowling. Mike, as we're underway, and we'll let you sprinkle in the first half stats there.
Okay, Dowling for the first half overall was 7 out of 20 from the field, 35%, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. They had 18 rebounds, 6 offensive, 12 defensive. They had 7 turnovers. Probably of note, they were 2 of 9 from the three-point range.
That's Knitz for 3 in the corner for Johnston. And Knitz with her first basket of the night starts the second half off for Johnston. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, and Johnston in the first half was 8 of 23 for 35%, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. They had 7 rebounds and they had just three turnovers in the first half.
Dragons with their largest lead of 6, and now Katie Muller backs in, and now bodies on the floor, and we've got a jump ball call to be Dowling possession. It's one of those things where Katie backed in. There was nobody there. She was expecting contact, and then she fell to the floor. Officials let him play.
I think Lewis stepped back and she just fell down.
And of course, the fans overreact, but that's kind of how I saw it. Rachel Hawley's right there with the camera. I'm sure if you're watching CISN, you can see that. Dowling with the ball. Here's Maddie Rice coming out to Katie Muller underneath to Ellie Muller. Her shot up, no good. And the rebound to Andernock, who gets the second half start for Johnston. Paige Andernock, 5'10" sophomore, is one of their true post players in a guard-oriented team. Now, here's Kolb, step back 3, up, no good, but was that a pass underneath to Ari Phillips? I don't know, but she shoots and scores her 6 point. 29-21, Johnston by 8, their largest lead of the night over Dowling.
Depends on who your statistician is, whether or not it's a pass or a...
Now, good help defense by Johnston. The ball goes through the 2 defenders as Adrian Sears tried to dribble penetrate, and out of bounds to Dowling. Maddie Bryce will throw it in for the Maroons. It's the 3 Muller sisters, led by Katie, Ellie, and Nikki, along with Maddie Rice and Adrian Sears, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Here's Katie Muller, left side in the lane, shot off the glass, good. Katie with her first field goal of the night has 6 points.
That was a critical possession for Dowling. They were starting to let it get away from a little bit. An 8-point lead. They cut it back to 6.
Now Adrian Sears guarding Jenica Lewis. There's a shot up and no good. Reverse layup on the rebound, no good by Andernock, and the rebound out to Dowling. 29-23 Johnston. Under 5.5 minutes left to go, third quarter, and a whistle and a loose ball foul on Ari Phillips, and that'll be her third. So Ari and Dea both with 3 fouls each. That'll be the first team foul on Johnston here in the second half and third quarter.
Gets a little wild there, and it just gets in the wrong spot, the wrong time, and get that foul.
Of course, girls' rankings will come out on Wednesday, and maybe some postseason brackets will be released here very soon. We'll see. Here's Katie Muller underneath. Her shot too strong, no good. Andernock altered that shot, and a rebound out to Johnston and Ari Phillips. It's to Knitz in the front court. 5:30 remaining third quarter. Johnston by 6. Here's Jenica Lewis with it. Step back 3 on the logo. Good. Right over Maddie Rice. Jenica Lewis with 13 points. That's her second 3 of the night. And the Dragons up 9. And Dowling with the basketball. Here's Maddie Rice with it. Dribbles to the right elbow. Now dribbles on the right block to Ellie Muller. A little scoop shot up. Too strong. No good. Rebound Ari Phillips. Johnson the other way. Ari underneath. Her shot up and no good. And a foul on Ellie Muller. And free throws coming for the Dragons. That'll be Muller's first foul. And free throws coming for Ari Phillips. We got a timeout on the floor.
Timeout.
This will be a 1-minute break. We'll take it with them. 4:56 to go in the third quarter. Johnston 32, Dowling 23 on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Here in the third quarter with 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. 2 free throws coming for Ari Phillips, who was fouled by Ellie Muller as we went to break. Timeout called by Dowling. First free throw no good by Ari, who has 6 points tonight. Dragons were 6 out of 7 in the first half at the free throw line. And the second free throw is good. Ari with 7 points. Dragons by 10, their largest lead of the night over Dowling, 33-23. Wins with the basketball. Katie Muller coming off a ball screen by her sister Ellie, and now Maddie Rice for 3 at the top of the key. It's no good. Rebound, Jenica Lewis and Johnston. Jenica stops the volleyball line, puts up a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Ari Phillips gets to Knitz for 3. Good. Jalea Knitz with her second 3-pointer of the second half. 6 points off the bench. The Dragons now by 13, 36-23 over the Maroons. Here's Sears underneath. Gets it to Ellie Muller. Ellie has the ball stolen away by Kolb. Lead pass to Lewis. Jenica underneath, layup good. And the basket will count, a foul on Katie Muller. Well, that was quite the effort.
Flurry of activity there.
Quite the effort. Jenica Lewis will go to the free throw line for an and 1. And on Muller, that'll be her third foul. So Katie will remain in, or taken out of the game with 3 fouls as the free throw is good. Check that. Now she's going to stay in the game. Lewis with 16 points. Now three-pointer the other way, good. That's Katie Muller with her 16th point.
That was Maddie Rice.
Oh, sorry, Maddie Rice, their first 3 points.
And that was a big shot. Nobody guarded her that time. She came down and launched it up and hit it.
Whistle and a foul on Dowling. It'll be on Tess Carmichael, her third. So Maddie Rice with her first 3 points of the night. 39-26 is our score. Johnston with the lead and the basketball. We'll get a brand new shot clock with that foul on Dowling. Here's Knitz with it, guarded by Sears. Lob it over to Kolb, guarded by Katie Muller. And now the ball slapped away by Katie Muller, nearly over and back, and we got a whistle and a timeout. Johnston, there'll be a 30-second timeout called by head coach Chad Jellick. He did not like how that was going, and you know, you can't take those timeouts with you. And he's going to use one here with 3:41 to go, third quarter. Johnston 39, Dowling 26 here, Mike.
Yeah, that was a good timeout there. They were a little out of sorts there. They got the ball knocked away from them at midcourt, and they were not in a good floor balance. And I'm going to guess he's going to come up with a set play coming out of this timeout.
23 on the shot clock. Yeah. They don't have anything too quick. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs and Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Construction Professionals, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Up next for Dowling Catholic, it'll be senior night this Friday as Dowling hosting Ankeny in a girl-boy doubleheader. Next week, the Maroons are home on Tuesday against Southeast Polk and Waukee Northwest here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Maroons with 3 straight home games to close out the regular season on the girls' side. For Johnston, they're on the road the rest of the year. The Johnston girls and boys at Valley this Friday night. And next week, on Tuesday at Ankeny Centennial. Johnston girls go to Maquoketa on Thursday and then at Ankeny on Friday, and they'll end the season on Monday, February 16th at Iowa City West. All right, ball loose on the floor and bodies all over. We got a jump ball called right there in the corner. Everybody helps one another up. And possession arrow will favor Johnston. So Lewis will throw it in with the shot clock reset. Here is Phillips with it. That's Dea Phillips. Cross-court pass to Knitz. Now to Dixon. Back to Knitz. Dragons will work a shot clock. Here's Knitz coming off a ball screen by Dea Phillips, who gets the ball back, guarded by Sears. Kicks it out to Knitz for another 3. It's off the back iron, no good, and rebound Sears. Adrian with it. And the Maroons in the front court. Lobbing inside to Ellie Muller. Her shot up and good. The basket will count. A foul on Johnston. So a rare and 1 tonight for Ellie Muller. And they're going to get Dea Phillips with her 4th foul as Nikki Muller enters the lineup for Dowling. Adrian Sears will sit down. So an and 1 here for Ellie Muller here. Mike, this is her first field goal of the second half. She now has 11 points.
Yeah, Johnston's come out with a 15-7 run here to start the half.
Dragons led by 3 at halftime. Free throw, no good. Rebounded by Lewis and the Dragons. Johnston jumped out to an 11-10 first quarter lead and outscored Dowling in the second quarter 13-11. Dragons lead by 11 here, and we got a reach-in foul on Carmichael. That'll be her 4th. So 1 player for Dowling and 1 player for Johnston with 4 fouls. So Tess will come out and Sears back in. Shot clock reset as Colvin bounds the ball to Jenica Lewis, guarded by Sears. Lewis for 3 at the top at the volleyball line. It's no good. And the rebound, Ellie Muller and Dowling. Katie with it in the front court.
She must have shot that from where we were sitting.
Little scoop shot underneath, good by Ellie Muller, right around Andernatt. Ellie with her 13th point. And it's 39-30. Johnston's lead 9 with 2:10 to go, third quarter. Here's a corner 3 by Dixon, up and good for her first 3 points tonight. She was held scoreless in the first half. And that is the 4th made 3 of the third quarter by the Dragons. Dowling with the ball. Here's Maddie Rice. Dribble weave. Gets to Sears, top of the circle. They look inside to Ellie Muller, can't get it to her. Now Rice for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. Lewis with the rebound, and Nikki Muller with the loose ball foul, and that'll be her first. Minute 44 remaining. That'll be the 15th foul on Dowling, so penalty already for the Maroons. And Lewis will go to the free throw line. Jenica's a perfect 4 for 4 at the line tonight. She'll get 2 free throws here. Has 16 points to lead Johnston. This one up and good. Jenica Lewis headed to Notre Dame University next year. Also headed to the McDonald's All-Star game at the end of March. Second free throw no good, and the ball lost out of bounds, and they say it was tipped out of bounds by Kolb. It'll be Dowling basketball. I believe the McDonald's All-American game is being played in Arizona, from what Coach Jellick told me beforehand. And Jenica is the Iowa rep, and rightly deserved by her in her senior year. Only eligible for seniors. Now reaching foul on Lewis as they get it into Moeller. So Jenica picks up her first foul. Nothing to panic there, Johnston fans.
No, but she disagrees that she fouled her, though.
Well, see that a lot in men's league play. Nobody's fouled. Now the Maroons nearly throw it away. Sears retrieves it. 30 on the shot clock. 43-30. Johnston by 13. Matching their largest lead over Dowling here. And now here's Katie Moeller for 3. Her rims out no good. And a rebound Andernock and Johnston. Here's Kolb with it in the front court, guarded by Nikki Moeller. Kelly with it, gets it to Knitz. Julia has had quite the third quarter, and hitting a pair of threes. And now here's Jenica Lewis with the basketball. Jenica down the lane. Triple team, and now kicks it out. And Dixon's three-pointer is no good. Rebound Katie Moeller in Dowling. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Maroons have a chance for a 2-for-1 here in the end of the quarter. Here's Ellie Moeller. She'll launch the 3 up. Good. Maroons needed that one. Only her 6th made 3 of the year, but she's got 16 points tonight, does Ellie Moeller, and it cuts the Dragon lead to 10 here, Mike.
That was a big shot.
And Dowling will get the ball back because unless something, there's 25 on the shot clock, about a 3 or 4 second differential.
Looks like they're going to go with a high screen or roll here.
Andernock, as you're talking about.
Yep.
Ready to set the high screen there with Ellie Moeller. She's either going to hedge it or switch it. And they switch it. Well, Jenica picks up her dribble, gets underneath the Andernock, guarded by Sears. That's a mismatch. And the ball knocked out of her hands, out of bounds
1
to
second
Johnston.
on the shot clock.
So this is catch and shoot time for Johnston. 4.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. 1 second on the shot clock. Knitz puts up the shot. It's no good, and she drew the foul. It'll be on Maddie Rice. It'll be her first. So pretty good execution that time, as Knitz got the lob and missed the shot but drew the foul. Got to have all those in your arsenal.
You do.
Out of bounds plays, end of quarter plays, free throw no good by Knitz. 33% free throw shooter on the year. Emma Gray checking in for Johnston, number 33, 5'6" senior. She'll replace Mariah Dixon. And the second free throw good. So Knitz goes 1 for 2 at the line. She has 7 points. 3.6 seconds remaining. Here's Kelly Moeller. She'll launch it at a half-court shot. It's no good. And we've come to the end of the third quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym with the score. Johnston 44, Dowling Catholic 33. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. Stay tuned. The fourth quarter of the top 2 teams who have played for the Class 5A state championship the last 2 years. Coming back here in the fourth quarter at the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym, West Des Moines, on this Monday night. Yes, it's high school girls and boys basketball. Dowling and Johnston, number 1 Johnston, and their 68-game winning streak on the line, taking on third-ranked Dowling. The Maroons come in with a record of 15-2. Johnston's record 16-0. They haven't lost in a couple years. Dowling with the ball to start the fourth quarter, trailing by 11. Here's Ellie Moeller inside. Her shot no good. Rebound Johnston. One and done is Dowling. Kolb with this strong rebound for the Dragons. Knitz with it in the front court. Johnston right to left if you're watching on CISN, and right in front of us. Towards the south basket here at the Dowling Gym. Kolb with it, looking inside. Kicks it out to Ari Phillips. Guarded by Sears. Sears going to let her shoot. Now Andernock sets a ball screen. They skip it over to Jenica Lewis. Jenica in the lane. Little runner up and no good. A rebound, Ellie Moeller. Outlet pass stolen away by Knitz. And now the Dragons nearly throw it away. Kolb saves it from going out of bounds. And a whistle and a reach-in foul on Nikki Moeller. Her second foul. Mike, you got to look at some of the first the numbers through 3 quarters.
Yeah, for the third quarter, Dowling was 5 out of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from the 3-point range, 3 of 6 from the 2-point range. There were 0-1 free throws. They just had 2 turnovers that quarter. Johnston, though, was 6 out of 12 in the third quarter, including 4 out of 8 from the 3-point range, 50%, hit 4 out of 7 free throws, and had 8 rebounds. And most importantly, they had 0 turnovers in that quarter.
Wow, that's a pretty clean quarter. If you're,
yeah, I think they outscored Dowling 20-12 if I did my math right. So.
All right, here's a turnover by Johnston. Katie Moeller with the steal, and then she's hit in the backcourt by Knitz. And she'll draw her second foul, first team foul on Johnston here in the fourth quarter, as Olivia Meredith checking in for the first time tonight for Dowling. Wearing number 5, Meredith, a 5'9" junior, will replace Ellie Moeller as the Maroons trail by 11. As the Dragons outscored Dowling, as you mentioned, 20-12 in that third quarter after leading at halftime by 3. Here's Nikki Moeller with it to her sister Katie. Katie at the 3-point line over Lewis. 3-pointer no good. Knitz with the rebound. Maroons seem to be in panic mode. They don't need to be. It's basically a 4-possession game, if you will.
Yeah, Johnston's taking their time.
Now Lewis, step back 3 at the free throw at the 3-point line is no good. Nikki Moeller rebound, 3-on-1 fast break to get underneath the Meredith. Layup up and good. Olivia Meredith off the bench with 2 points. 44-35. Dowling down 9. 5:45 to go, fourth quarter. Place is packed. I think the wrestlers are done upstairs in the balcony. They're even watching this thing, and they have a home postseason wrestling match tomorrow night. That's why we're here tonight. Underneath, a reverse layup no good by Ari Phillips, rebounded Dowling. Here's Katie Moeller. Maroons trying to put a little run in. Katie underneath, slices through there, shot up and good. Katie Moeller shoots and scores. She's got 8 points. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point Johnston lead, 44-37 Dragons. Here's Knitz with it underneath, and she draws the foul as she tripped over somebody's foot. And the foul will be on Dowling's Maddie Rice, her second. And free throws coming for Knitz. Jalea Knitz, first free throw up, no good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Bozeman of Flores, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Iowa Wealth Management. Ellie Muller returns to the lineup, wearing number 23. She replaces Olivia Meredith, who didn't play long but picked up that basket in transition.
Right spot, the right time.
Second free throw by Knitz, no good. Rebound, Ellie Muller.
Johnston on the first 5 possessions without a score here. Dowling got the stops they need.
Johnston had that almost perfect third quarter, and all of a sudden lit on the basket here in the fourth. Here's Ellie Muller to Katie Muller, over to Ellie. Now step back three for Nikki. It's good! Nikki Muller, corner three. And that is her third three of the night. She's got 9 points, and it's 44-40. Dowling trails by 4. Timeout Johnston. And we'll take it with them. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Number 1 Johnston 44, number 3 Dowling 40. You're listening to and watching CIML basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Draws closer to her son, our Lord Jesus Christ. This is Greg Ewell for Paycheck.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Dowling's got a nice run going here. They cut the lead to 4. Johnston 44, Dowling 40. Dragons with the basketball, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Knitz with it, looking for Jenica Lewis. Now a three-pointer up, in and out, no good. And fight for the rebound, Ellie Muller comes away with it. Outlet pass to her sister Katie. And what a flurry, Mike, here in the fourth quarter by Dowling. What's the run out here?
7-0 run to start the quarter.
By Dowling. Here's Sears, dribble handoff to Maddie Rice. See if Johnston will step up their defensive intensity. Here's Katie Muller looking for a ball screen. Comes off one, and we got a whistle and a foul on Jenica Lewis. Good job by Maddie Rice holding her ground there and not creating an illegal screen. And Lewis with her second foul. And that'll be the second team foul on the Dragons here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with also has 2 fouls.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. 3:44 left.
Hang on. Dowling and Johnston have been 1-score game, 1-score battles. And Maroons will inbound the ball. Johnston and their 68-game winning streak on the line. They've won 66 in a row at home. That won't be touched until the postseason, because the Dragons are on the road the rest of the regular season. Here's Sears with it. 20 on the shot clock. Dowling has time as they try to get their offense set. Here's Katie Muller. She'll launch a 3 from the volleyball line. It's no good. And the rebound, Johnston. And here's Jenica Lewis with the Dragons leading by 4. Jenica underneath, won't shoot it. Kicks it back out to the top of the key to Ari Phillips. Now to Knitz. Jalea guarded by Maddie Rice. Little scoop shot underneath. No good. Ball tipped around and retrieved by the Dragons. Good hustle that time by Ari Phillips.
They give a new 35 seconds, and it looks like they're going to use it.
Oh, they will. 4-point Johnston lead. And now Lewis underneath. And she leaves it for her teammate Ari Phillips. Her shot is no good. Katie Muller with the rebound. Johnston tries to defend in the post, and they can. And now they lob it inside to Ellie Muller. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it went right off of Ellie. Good defense by the Dragons. Dea Phillips was in there helping.
They had her sandwiched in there, and a lot of body.
It's almost got to be the perfect pass to make that happen.
Yeah.
Dragons by 4 and the basketball. And Mike, now we've had a lid on both baskets for the last, I think, 2 minutes.
Yeah, Johnston has not scored this quarter yet.
Dragons with the basketball. Ari Phillips, right side to Kolb. There's the one that's been quiet that can get him going. Over to Ari.
This is usually when Jenica Lewis kind of takes control.
Here's Knitz for 3. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. Bodies on the floor. And Dragons come away with a big rebound by Dea Phillips. Brand new shot clock. Minute 50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jenica Lewis underneath. Her shot no good. Force it up. Rebound. Once again, Dea Phillips out to Kolb for 3. Good. That might be the backbreaker there.
That was huge.
Kolb with her 12th point. They lob it underneath to Ellie Moeller, and a whistle and a reach-in foul on the Dragons. They're going to keep it on the floor with a minute 31 to play. Dragons by 7. And the officials now getting together. Michael Lawler making the call. Fouls on Ari Phillips, her 4th, and they're going to stay out of bounds Dowling, so the Maroons will get a brand new shot clock, a fresh 35. Maddie Rice will inbound the ball, gets it to Ellie Moeller. Now to Nikki Moeller, over to Rice. They look inside to Ellie Moeller, to Katie Moeller. Minute 20 remaining, Katie on the dribble. Backs in, mid-post shot up, and good. Katie with 10 points. 47-42, Johnston by 5. 65 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. I'm going to get Sears for the foul. She tried to, trying to foul quickly.
Yeah, they've got a couple more fouls to give yet. One more to give. 1:05 left.
Oh, check that. That is on Ellie Moeller, her 2nd. Johnston inbounds the ball, and Ellie picks up another foul. She had some fouls to give. That is her 3rd foul. That'll be the 14th foul on Dowling with 63 seconds remaining. Mariah Dixon enters the lineup, number 24 for Johnston, replacing Dea Phillips, who did a yeoman's job there in that last possession for Johnston, Mike. She had 2 offensive rebounds in 1 possession. Dangerous pass to Kolb, and they foul in the backcourt, and they're going to get Ellie Muller for the foul, I believe.
Johnston's a 70% as a team. Let's see what Kolb is here.
Ellie with her 4th foul. 62 seconds remaining, and free throws coming for Kolb.
She's an 80% free throw shooter.
Kolb with 12 points tonight. 2 for 2 at the line. First one up and good. Pretty smooth for a sophomore. 5'11" sophomore is Kolb. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Fast Signs in Clive. Second free throw good. Kolb hits them both. And she has 14 points. 49-42, Johnston by 7. Dowling with the ball. Here's Katie Muller underneath to her sister Ellie. Shot up and no good, and whistle and a foul on Johnston. And they're going to get Dea Phillips with the foul, and she's fouled out. She's fouled out with no points, but she did a lot of the dirty work with that offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds and fronting and posting up Ellie Muller. Nice job by her.
I mean, Ellie has 16 points, but she's really worked hard for those 16 points.
She's going to feel it tomorrow.
She will feel it
when you
tomorrow.
wake up, you're going to feel that. As a 16-year-old young lady. First free throw, no good. She gets 2 free throws, and the second one coming.
They're going back to the old 1-on-1 days.
Those days are gone. That's back when you coached, Coach.
That's right.
49-42 Johnston. 51 seconds remaining. Dowling at the free throw line. Ellie Muller misses the first free throw. She'll get one more. She has 16 points tonight. Second one good. 17 points for Ellie.
2-possession game. 51.1 seconds left.
Full court pressure by Dowling. Dragons by 6. They get it to Jenica Lewis, and now the Maroons kind of back off her. Tess Carmichael in. Tess playing with 4 fouls. And now Dowling trying to foul, and they're trying to say, who do you want us to foul? It can't be, beggars can't be choosy at this juncture. Here's Kalb with it, as her and Lewis play catch.
They got the 80 and 86% free throw shooters just touching the ball out there.
And that's all who should. It's Lewis and Kalb playing catch. And now the shot clock winds down. Long three, no good. Connects with the offensive rebound. Missed the reverse layup.
Oh, they got the rebound.
But the ball kept alive by Ari Phillips. And the Dragons now, with 10 seconds remaining, that'll do it. Whistle and a jump ball called as Tess Carmichael reaches in. It'll be Johnston possession, I believe, with 6.5 seconds remaining. 49-43. Johnston by 6 with 6.5 seconds remaining. Throw in the backcourt to Lewis, and that'll do it. Congratulations to the Johnston Dragons as they defeat Dowling 49-43 here at the Dowling Catholic Gym to run their streak to 69 in a row with the win. Dowling's record falls to 15-3 on the year. 2 of their 3 losses were to the Johnston Dragons, ranked number 1 in Class 5A. And Johnston now improves their record to 17-0. We're going to take a 2-minute break along our network lines, CISN.TV, along with Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with our post-game show following this girls' contest. The 2 teams that have played for the last 2 Class 5A state championship games do battle tonight for the second time this year. And it was Johnston coming out on top by the score of 49-43. Back in December, it was Johnston 46-43 over Dowling. And we'll be back in 2 minutes with our post-game show on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym here in West Des Moines. Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader in the books. And it was the Johnston Dragons, ranked number 1 in Class 5A, with a 49-43 win over third-ranked Dowling. Dragons improved their record to 17-0 on the year. They've won 69 in a row. And they have a 66-game home winning streak, which won't be in effect until the postseason. I want to thank our folks on the CISN side. Thanks to Pete Tarpey and Justin Wolber, along with our director tonight, Randy Nielsen, and our camera operators, Marion Bailey and Rachel Hawley. They're going to take a break and get ready for the boys contest. And Brady Grimm is our studio producer for Iowa Catholic Radio. I'm Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert. Mike, as we move to our post-game show, you got to look at our final game stats in Johnston's win over Dowling, 49-43.
Yeah, for the game, Dowling shot overall 16 out of 39, 41%. They were 5 of 18 from the three-point range, which is 28%. They were 6 of 10 from the free throw line for 60%. The good thing was they only had 4 turnovers second half, but they had 7 in the first half, 11 for the game. For Johnston, overall they were 15 out of 36, which is 42%. They were 7 of 20 from the three-point range, 35%. 12 of 18 from the foul line, 67%. Most importantly, they only had 1 turnover in the second half is what I saw, and 4 for the game. So they played a pretty clean game. It came down to the third quarter is what the difference was. I think when you go through the scoring by quarters, I think it was 20-12 that Johnston outscored Dowling in the third quarter. Johnston outscored them, 10-5 in the fourth quarter. Because Johnston only scored 5 points in the fourth quarter. But I think the critical part came where they were running down the clock. Jenica Lewis launched up a 3 from about half court when it was all over with. And they got the rebound, missed it off the rim, but then got the rebound and were able to kind of run it out from there.
And then Calb had that big 3 on the,
yes.
2 of all times to give up offensive rebounds. But twice Dowling did it in the final few minutes, and the one was a back burner. And you got to hand it to him. Johnston has not been beat for quite a while. You got to go back to the 2023, March 3rd, 2023, in the 5A state championship game. It was Pleasant Valley defeating Johnston 59-56. That's our last loss. Last regular season loss was just over 3 years ago here at Dowling on January 20th, 2023. 62-48. The Maroons handed Johnston the last regular season loss. And their last home loss was Chris Guess, who's now coaching at Van Meter. Chris Guess and Waukee defeated Johnston 58-40 at the Johnston Gym back on February 4th, 2021. And that was 5 years ago. So a lot's been going on. Coach Jellick's got it rolling. And tonight they met a test. They haven't been tested in a while since they played Waukee Northwest. And a big win for the night on the road for Johnston, Mike.
Yeah, give Dowling a lot of credit, though. They came back in the fourth quarter. They were down and came out and had a 7-0 run to make it a ball game. It was just a matter of in the last couple of minutes, they couldn't get the shots to fall, couldn't get a shot that they wanted maybe, and Johnston was able just to hang on and make the plays that they needed. But overall, again, you saw 2 of the best teams in the state play, and when they both, I don't think either of them played their best game, but they both played really hard, and against everybody else, they win by 20.
Mike, thank you. We'll talk to you on senior night this Friday as Dowling hosts in Ankeny, and we'll see you then.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mark.
Mike Burkett, my broadcast partner. Up next for Valley, they will be on the road as they take on, up next for Johnston. They will be at Valley this Friday night for a girl-boy doubleheader. We'll take a 1-minute break, a 1 minute on our network stations. It'll be Jimmy Cataldo moving in as we'll pregame the boys contest between Johnston and Dowling. Again, the final in the girls contest, Johnston 49, Dowling Catholic 43. Johnston girls have now won 69 in a row, and we'll return with the boys contest. We'll preview that in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Game 2 of our girl-boy doubleheader. It'll be Dowling and Johnston. If you didn't join us for Game 1, well, stick around. We've got Game 2. Johnston girls, a 49-43 win over Dowling in Game 1. Jimmy Cataldo joins me alongside me on Game 2. And, Coach, Dowling and Johnston, the boys matchup. Second time these two teams have met this year or this season, and it was a dandy over at Johnston. Almost, a 1 or 2 possession game at the end, and it should be a good one here at the Dowling gym tonight. There we go.
Are we good now?
Yeah. You grabbed Einertson's head, so we have that.
Where's our technical?
You're looking at him. For better,
so,
for worse.
What I was
trying
to say is, you look at these two boys matchups after that girls game. I mean, this place was packed, but you look at this boys matchup, and it's comes down to defense. You look at the last last 5 times these two teams have met. The 5 games that Courtney Henderson has been the head coach, neither team has hit 50 points except for Dowling in the last meeting. They won 50-46, and we talked about it in December. It's usually the first team that hits 40 is the team that comes out on top. So let's look at this game as a high defensive matchup, and both teams are much healthier than they were back in December.
Yeah, and for Johnston to getting Tino Day back, and not only back, but also in the starting lineup. And what an athlete he is. He is leading wide receiver for the football team with 6 touchdown receptions for Brian Woodley in the Johnston football program. Well, he breaks his collarbone, and he has to sit out the first part of the basketball season. Then you got to get back into shape and all that and heal your collarbone. And here he is. He's been in the lineup, and I think this is his 8th game, Jimmy. So he's kind of been in and out of the lineup here lately. But he's a force to be reckoned with, and that really helps. He's kind of that glue that Coach Courtney Henderson likes for Johnston.
Well, you just think of the importance that Tino Day brings to this Johnston team. They're 7-7 overall, but when Tino Day is in the lineup and playing, they are 6-1. So 6-1 with him in the lineup and playing, 1-6 when he's out with the injury and things like that. So he brings a ton of energy, brings a ton of shooting capabilities, averaged over 16 points a game last year, his full-term junior year, and he's hitting his stride just over 11 points a game this year. So Johnston's averaging almost 60 points a game as an offensive prowess when they're together. So Tino Day, huge spotlight in the scouting report for the Maroons.
Well, for Dowling, bouncing back from the loss to Waukee, you got to shake that off. What a game it was Friday night. We called it here on Iowa Catholic Radio, and it was a game in which Dowling played very, very well in the second half, but got off to that slow start, and Waukee made him pay, and the Warriors come out with a 4-point win over the Maroons. And, oh, by the way, the rankings come out today, and Waukee and Dowling flip-flop. Maroons are now ranked 4th in Class 4A boys, and Waukee 3rd, so that's how important that game was.
These games now, at this point in February, are must-wins for every team because the seedings are going to start coming out here in the next week or two. And if you look at Dowling that moves down to 4, there's not much room between 4 and 8. So every game is so important for the Maroons. You want to keep your high seeding for Johnston, 7-7. And you think that their strength of schedule is much higher than a 7-7. They're probably trying to get an 8th seed, and they can fight to get there if they start compounding some wins here late in the season.
Well, for the Maroons tonight, Maddox Capola is going to start, but he's banged up, and we may see the bench depending on what Coach needs. I'm guessing Gio Keelis will get some playing time. Depends if Coach wants to go big. You got Evan Mitchell and Sam Ralston, but Maddox is banged up. He got nicked up in that Waukee game, and it's just 'tis the season. But Maddox came banged up during football season, and you never know if you fully recover. You think they will, but that's one of the intangibles for Dowling is it's going to depend on some matchups, I suppose.
Well, I think deep down, I think everybody's a little bit banged up at this point of the season. You're playing a very, very grind in the schedule. Both teams in the CIML, the Maroons just turned around and played Friday night against a very, very good Waukee team that defended them so incredibly well. And if Johnston's watching that tape, I think what they do is try to mimic what Johnston did, and it's face guarding the shooting guards in Martins, Keelis, and Jenkins, and force others to beat you from outside. And Johnston's the team that's going to trap you once you cross half court. We talked about the length of this Dowling high school court. It's a standard length of 84 feet. but most teams are now playing college-length courts in 94 feet. That 5 feet's a big difference when you're getting trapped on the half court.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break, come back with starting lineups and Jimmy's keys to the game as it's Dowling and Johnston, the girls contest coming up. Earlier tonight, the Johnston girls defeated Dowling 49-43 in the battle of the two teams that have played for the Class 5A state championship the last 2 years. Well, the boys' game is coming up. More pregame underway and starting lineups on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Here at the Dowling Catholic Gym as we simulcast Game 2 like we did Game 1 with CISN.TV. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. And Brady Grimm is our studio producer on Iowa Catholic Radio. And let's introduce the crew for CISN. Our director is Randy Nielsen. And working the TV cameras are Marion Bailey and Rachel Hawley. And our starting lineups for Game 2, Johnston and Dowling. In the boys contest, the Johnston boys come in with a record of 7-7. Head coach is Courtney Henderson in his third year at Johnston. 35 wins, 26 losses. He was at Des Moines Hoover for 14 years and West Waterloo for 3. His overall record, 268 wins, 101 losses for Coach Henderson. Assisted by Justin Ruddy and Robbie Swears. And the Dragons come in averaging 57.5 points on offense, giving up 56 points on defense. And they will start at point guard Nakari Cavill, 5'11 junior, averaging 17.5 points, leads the team in scoring. He'll wear number 1. The other guard is Tino Day. We just talked about Tino, a 6'1 senior coming off a collarbone injury, averaging 11 points a contest. He'll wear number 3. Third guard is Emery Jones, a 5'11 junior, averaging 6.5 points, wearing number 4. And at 1 forward, Josh Jenkins, 6'5 junior, averaging 10.5 points, leads the team with 6.5 rebounds. He'll wear number 5. And the other forward is Darren Grandin, 6'4 junior, averaging 5.5 points, 4 rebounds. Grandin will wear number 15. So Cavill, Day, Jones, Jenkins, and Grandin, the 5 on the floor for Johnston. Caleb Barjola, who was a starter the first time Dowling played, a 6'2 senior. Number 2 will come off the bench, as will Jaden Hauser. Number 12, a 6'3 junior, and Jacob Peterson, a 6'3 junior, wearing number 30, will come off the bench for the Dragons. For Dowling Catholic, head coach is Justin Einertson in his third year, 40 wins, 22 losses, 10th year overall, 97 wins, 119 losses. Assisted by John Nagel, Sam Young, Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. The Maroons bring a record of 13-2, ranked 4th today. Brand new rankings coming out in Class 4A. The Maroons will start at 1 guard, Nate Jenkins, 6'1 senior, averaging 7.5 points, and a captain wearing number 2. The other guard is Captain Maddox Capola, wearing number 13, a 6'2", 195-pound senior. And the point guard is Noah Martins, a 6-foot senior, wearing number 11 at 1 forward. Charlie Crane, a 6'10 senior, averaging just under 13 points and 9.5 rebounds. Crane will wear number 10. And at center, Alfred Coley, a 6'8 junior, averaging 9.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, wearing number 0. Dowling with a record, comes in averaging 60.4 points on offense, gives up 47.5 on defense. And these two teams met, Jimmy, on December 16th, and Dowling winning that contest 50-46. Can you please give us your keys to the game?
I'm going to keep this simple.
Well, you got till tip-off. You got till tip-off.
So I think the Dowling guards have to close out on the shooters for Johnston. I think Johnston comes in with 4 really good outside shooters. Rebound the basketball if you're the Maroons. They certainly have a height advantage and a rebounding advantage if you look at the overall season stats. the Maroons are out rebounding Johnston on average 11 additional rebounds. Those are keys that the Maroons are going to have to be able to capitalize on. But Johnston shoot the basketball and really force Dowling into a half-court offense. Been struggling there the last 2 games.
You know, in close games, look at turnovers. Dowling averaging about 11 turnovers a contest. Johnston 10 turnovers a contest. Tip controlled by Dowling. And Alfred Coley jumping center. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. Johnston in their road black uniforms with gold numbers. Lob pass inside to Crane. Tried to get to Coley, and they just weren't on the same page. Turnover against Dowling to start the game.
Well, it's rare at first possession. You're expecting a play set, and you talked about turnovers. Dowling committing their first turnover 15 seconds into the game.
Mentioned the Dowling bench. We mentioned Johnston's earlier. Sam Ralston, number 1. A junior will come in at 6 foot, along with Gio Keelis, 6'3" senior, averaging 9.5 points. And sophomore Evan Mitchell, 6'4", sophomore, wearing number 33, will be the first 3 up for Dowling. Davin Tritton may see some action too. And now Johnston, corner 3 from the right side, good by Emery Jones.
Maroons getting lost. They got to jump out on those 3-point shooters. Johnston is so deadly from the outside shot this year. That time Jones.
Emery with his 15th made 3 of the year, 3-0 Dragons. As we're underway here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Here's Coley, top of the key. Swings it over to Capola. Maddox looking inside. Can't find a cutter. Now gets it over to Noah Martins. Now they lob it inside to Charlie Crane, and they push him outside his range. Charlie nearly does lose the basketball, and it'll be over and back against Dowling. Second possession, 2 turnovers on the Maroons.
Just not getting into a rhythm early in the game, the Maroons. Trying to find a way to get Charlie Crane the ball inside as he has Brandon on him. Height about 5 inches there, struggling to get into a rhythm, the entire Maroons offense, trying to get settled in.
All right, Dragons with the basketball. Bakari Cavill, number 1, is their point guard. Leaves it for Bargiolo, who's in there. Caleb Bargiolo, number 2. And they swing it to the right side to Emery Jones. Not a day. Tino with it, guarded by Capola. Goes right side, gets it over in the corner to Jones. That's where he made the 3 last time. Drives against Martins. 6 on the shot clock. Bargiolo with it underneath. Kicks it out, and it's going to be over and back at best from Johnston in a shot clock violation. So the Maroons causing a turnover there.
Really good aggressive defense by the Maroons. You got Capola drawing the assignment on Tino Day. 2 individuals who know each other very, very well. It'd be interesting to watch how well Maddox and how healthy Maddox is tonight, drawing that assignment.
Dowling with the ball. Here's Martins down the lane, and a scoop shot underneath, no good. A whistle and a foul on Darren Grandin. 6'4" junior picks up Johnston's first foul.
Noah Martins taking the ball hard to the basket. Really displayed that type of play against Waukee on Friday night, attacking the basket. Highly successful in that second half, scoring 20 points in the second half against Waukee.
Martin's first free throw is good. Tonight's game in Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Iowa Wealth Management, Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Bozen the Florist. Second free throw good by Martin, so Johnston leads 3-2. 6 minutes remaining. First quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. What a battle it was in game 1. It was Johnston 49-43 over Dowling in the girls contest that just got over with. And now here is Cavill coming off a ball screen and shot the free throw line good. Bakari Cavill with his first 2 points.
Cavill averaging over 17 points a game in his junior campaign. Very talented guard for Johnston.
There's Capola over to Coley, now to Martins. Martins guarded by Cavill, and they swing underneath the Coley. On the left block, on the block. Now he kicks it back out to Noah Martins. 10 on the shot clock. Noah wants to penetrate, can't. Leaves it for Coley. Thinks about the 3. Now dribbles the ball to Charlie Crane for 3. Good. Charlie a catch and shoot 3. That is his 5th made 3-pointer of the year, and we're tied at 5.
5 of 26 on the year at 3-point shooting. He's struggling. You watch him in practice. He hits shot after shot after shot. It just is not translating over to the games. That time, Charlie hitting his first 3 of the night.
16% shooter from 3, and now a pull-up jumper no good by Tino Day, and a rebound out to Dowling. Tino had a nice shot from the right elbow, but couldn't make it go. And now backdoor cut by Coley, and he stuffs it through. Late help that time by Barjolo, and Alfred with his first 2 points.
Nice setup play by the Maroons. Backdoor cut, top of the key. Really got Alfred loose underneath and then taking it home.
Johnston with the basketball. As Barjolo got the start tonight, 6'2" senior. And they work it inside, and a shot blocked. Grandin had a shot blocked by Charlie Crane. Here's Martins in the front court. Underneath, layup, good! Noah went through some contact and put it through, and Dowling with his first lead.
A lot of contact, but controlled. Noah Martins attacking the basket once again and converting.
Martins with 4 points. Dowling leads at 9-5. Now whistling the foul on the offensive end for Johnston. And the foul will be on Capola. Maddox will pick up his first foul. First team foul on Dowling here in the first half.
Interesting not seeing Jenkins into the lineup. He was a Maroon killer the first meeting. 12 points in that contest. Leading Johnston in scoring.
9-5. Dowling with the lead by 4. Dragons with the ball. They work underneath Barjolo. They kick it out to Day. Tino with it, guarded by Coley. Underneath, Lisa for Grandin, and now kicks it out top of the key for 3. Barjolo, it's no good. Rebound Dowling, and Nate Jenkins with the rebound. Nate knows a little bit about the Johnston program.
Spent his freshman, sophomore year at Johnston, transferring over to Dowling as a junior. Have a lot of minutes Nate Jenkins has had.
Now Martin's underneath, scoop, and his shot's no good. Couldn't get the roll off the rim, and Noah dribble penetrating. He's really picked that up here in the last couple of games. Foul on Johnston's Darren Grandin, his second.
Well, you love Noah Martin. He's struggling a little bit from the outside shooting, finding different ways to score, and he's so elusive attacking the basket. 3 times now attacking the basket.
First free throw no good by Noah. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Other games going on tonight. Ankeny at Southeast Polk, girl-boy doubleheader. Roosevelt at Ankeny Centennial, that's a girls-only game. And Valley at Waukee Northwest, and that should be tipped off right now at 7:45. Second free throw good by Martins. And he has 5 points. Dowling leading 10-5 over the Dragons after Johnston led by 3, and now a shot in the lane, no good, but off the hands of Noah Martins, and that's good hustle that time by Caleb Barjolo, who knocked it away off of Noah to keep the possession alive for Johnston as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Jones with it, top of the key, guarded by Noah Martins. Dowling stays man-to-man. Johnston really doesn't have a post player, Jimmy, but they're trying to make a post presence against Charlie Crane. And now Crane comes up with the steal. Dowling with a 3-on-1 underneath the Martins. Layup good. Charlie Crane with the steal and assist.
And the transition for the Maroons, getting down the court fast. Run the court, Martins. Maroons jump out to a 7-point lead.
And we'll take a 1-minute break. A timeout on the court. Dowling 12, Johnston 5 here in this boys contest. 2:42 left to go. First quarter. Back to the Dowling gym in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Three, two, action.
Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Rather than to miss the match. Today, he invites each one of us to receive his very flesh and blood. Greg Ewell for Faith Church.
All right. Brady Grimm breaking out Journey on Iowa Catholic Radio here on this Monday night. High school girls and boys basketball in the CIML. Class 5A girls, well, it's Class 4A boys. Dowling leads 12-5. Maroons with a 7-point lead here in the first quarter, and now the Dragons have a steal by Dowling as Martins with the steal feeds Jenkins, and Nate shoots and scores for the Maroons, and Dowling up 14-5.
Way to beat Johnston's defense is to get out on transition, and the Maroons, 3 of their 5 guys are running the court on that, and that's how you got to take on Johnston's defense.
And Johnston with a small lineup out there. They just inserted Josh Jenkins off the bench, and now a three-pointer up and good by the Dragons by Cavill. That's his 5th point.
Up and over Jenkins there, Cavill. 4 to 5 feet beyond the three-point arc.
That is Nakari's 35th made 3 of the year, and now the way we go with Emory Jones with the basketball. Feeds Cavill underneath, layup good. Cavill with 5 straight points out of the timeout. That cuts the Dowling lead to 4, 14-10.
Maroons got to value the possessions, got to limit their turnovers. 3 turnovers in the first quarter by Dowling, also 3 by Johnston.
Cavill with 7 points, Dowling with the basketball. Here's Charlie Crane. Mismatch there. He's guarded by Barjola, 6'2" versus 6'10". Out to Coley. Alford with it. Gets it to Martins. Noah guarded by Cavill. Gets it to Crane on the baseline. Underneath, shot off the glass, good. And boy, there was some contact there. Charlie just strong with the ball, shoots and scores his 5th point.
Smaller lineup with Johnston. They're going to be grabbing and prodding at those balls as Charlie Crane brings the ball down below his waist. But a lot of strength through that contact to convert that layup.
So Gio Keelis checked in earlier, 6'3" senior, wearing number 21 for Dowling. Here's Cavill with it. It's cut off at the baseline. 40 seconds to play, 10 on the shot clock. Long 3, no good by the Dragons. And the rebound out to Dowling. Here's Keelis with it. 25 in the shot clock, 27 on the game clock. So about a 2-second differential. The Maroons are going to wind the quarter down, leading by 6 after having a 9-point lead before the timeout. And Johnston came out with a 5-0 run. I should say Cavill with a 5-0 run.
That's probably where Dowling is at.
Here's Keelis with a nearly loss. It gets to Jenkins. Now to Charlie Crane. Fadeaway jumper at the horn. No good. That's a shot clock violation with 9/10 of a second remaining. See if the officials put it. Oh, we're going to have the Todd Crandall put a second back on the clock. I can't wait. Mike Lawler's going to make him do it.
We talked about it Friday.
We were just giving him a little bit of grief between games. But look, 2.1 second. He did practice.
That just, his trigger finger is slow. That's a full 2 seconds.
All right, Todd Crandall, who was our post-game guest on Friday night. Dragons inbound the ball, and it knocks over the Pepsi. It'll be Dowling basketball with 2.1 second. And Maroons will have the ball underneath their own basket. I'm pretty impressed with the job Kevin Oddie and Dick Jess, the Johnston scorekeeper and Dowling scorekeeper, did right in front of us, keeping that Pepsi from exploding. Martins will throw it in with 2.1 seconds. Gets to Crane for 3. It's up and no good. And we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym in game number 2. Dowling 16, Johnston 10. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. We'll return with the second quarter here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org. Perry.
All right, Brady Grimm rocking out the journey tonight as our bumper music here on Iowa Catholic Radio alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. We're also on CISN. Johnston with the basketball. They work it underneath, and a shot up and no good by Jacob Peterson, who just checked in at the second quarter, at the quarter break. Now Dowling, a backdoor cut by Martins. His shot no good, but Alfred Coley on the putback up and in. Alfred with his 4th point.
Great backdoor cut by Martins there. Throwing it up against the backboard, knowing that Coley is usually there to clean things up.
And now here's a shot in the lane by Cavill, no good. And now stepping on the baseline, when you get that rebound too deep, got to be careful how you pivot. And Keelis of Dowling, Gio Keelis, stepped on the baseline. The turnover against Dowling. Johnston basketball as Cavill will take a seat on the bench.
Maroons are doing defensively very well against Cavill and Tino Day. Cavill's big 3-point shot early in the first quarter is really the only thing that's been out there.
There's Jenkins. Didn't get the start tonight. Pull-up jumper good. Josh Jenkins off the bench. 10.5 points is what he averaged. The leading rebounder for Johnston, just over 6. 18-12, Dowling by 6. Maroons start Evan Mitchell here in the second quarter. Mitchell is 6'4", 245-pound sophomore. Played the right guard on the state championship football team in the lineup for the Maroons, wearing number 33. Here's Capola back in. Maddox with it. Backdoor cut to Coley, and Alfred couldn't handle the pass. Good pass by Maddox, and Alfred just didn't see the ball through. Jimmy, you got to look at the first quarter numbers.
First quarter, Maroons 6 of 8 shooting from the field. 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, went 3 of 4 from the line. Johnston 4 of 9 from the field, 1 total rebound, and 4 turnovers.
Dragons with the basketball. Here's Tino Day, guarded by Maddox Capola. Jaden Hauser in there, number 12 for Johnston, 6'3" junior. Talked about him being in the lineup and in the rotation. And now underneath, a shot off the glass, good by Emory Jones. Nice little leaner in the lane. Jones with 5 points.
Extended his opposite arm to get a little bit of separation from a blocking Evan Mitchell, I believe there. Created some space and converts.
18-14 Dowling. Here's Coley on the baseline. Alfred, reverse layup, up, no good, drew the foul. And that will be on Josh Jenkins, his first. And free throws coming for the Maroons.
Maroons are taking advantage of their size. Attacking the basket, trying to get the ball down deep into the block.
Coley, a 54% free throw shooter on the air. First one in and out, no good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clive, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the folks at Construction Professionals. They've been our supporters on Iowa Catholic Radio. 105.5 FM all season long. Second free throw good by Coley. That's his 5th point. It was 1 for 2 at the line. Dowling was 3 of 4 in the first quarter at the free throw line. Johnston has not yet attempted a free throw. 19-14, Dowling by 5. Maroons have led by as many as 9. Now on the baseline, Barjolo. Skip pass in the corner for 3. It's no good by Jenkins. Offensive rebound, Johnston. They get it today. Tino with it. Dribbles towards the lane. Now kicks it out to Hauser. Hauser underneath. Layup no good with the left hand. And the rebound, Martins. Noah leading the fast break. He'll dribble between everyone and misses the shot and slammed home by Alfred Coley with his 7th point. And Alfred just is the trail man there, wasn't he? And now here's a nice shot off the glass, good by Tino Day.
I think the Maroons' offense is, hey, just attack the rim.
Attack the rim, yeah.
Put it up any way you can, and then know that Alfred, hey, you got to be on the backside attacking all missed shots, and he's done that a couple times here in the first half.
Now here is Keelis for 3, and it's good right over Josh Jenkins. Gio Keelis.
Maroon shooters at Keelis, Jenkins, Martins have really found a tough time getting open shots. That time Keelis finding one.
Keelis with his 27th made 3 of the year. And now a shot in the lane blocked by Dowling's Evan Mitchell. Shot clock down to 20. Here's Hauser with it. Leaves it for Jenkins. His shot no good. Ball slapped around in the hands of Alfred Coley, and Dowling with the ball. Here's Keelis with it. Gio. Forced jump ball by Hauser, and tie-up will be Dowling basketball underneath their own basket. I think Keelis trying to take a page out of Noah Martin's playbook and dribble between a couple defenders, and that time got the tie-up.
That time he had Martin's defender come off of him to collapse on Keelis attacking the basket. A wide open shot out there and took it hard to the basket.
Sam Ralston in the lineup for Dowling. He'll inbound the ball. to Coppola. Now to Mitchell. And we got the ball slapped out of bounds. They say it went off Dowling. So a turnover against the Maroons with 4.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Dowling 24, Johnston 16 in this boys contest. CIML basketball, Class 4A. Dowling boys dropped to number 4 this week in the Class 4A rankings. And we'll run through those rankings here when we get a moment. We know we're going to get a timeout before the half sometime, but those rankings came out earlier today. Dragons with the basketball, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Bargiolo, dribbles baseline, leaves it for Jones. Emery in the lane, puts up a shot with the left hand, up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Dowling. Nice little touch shot in the lane by Emery Jones of Johnston, and the foul will be on Sam Ralston, his first for Dowling.
Really impressed with Emery Jones's quickness, getting elusive, playing downhill, averaging just over 6 points a game. The way he plays, seems like he averages 12 to 14, but
free throw no good. Crane with the rebound. He already has 7 points tonight, does Jones. 24-18 Dowling. There's Nathan Jenkins. Started by Cavill. Now Nathan will dribble baseline. And Dowling passed the ball on the baseline to Mitchell, but he stepped out of bounds on the baseline. Turnover against the Maroons. It'll be Johnston basketball as the Dragons trail by 6, but they have the possession.
Just back-to-back possessions on the Maroons. So Johnston does a great job of getting the Maroons off their lines, forcing them closer to the baseline that time. Evan Mitchell stepping out, forcing a turnover.
Here's Day with it. Tino dribbles down, goes against Crane, now kicks it back out to Emery Jones for 3, up and no good. Rebound slapped around, saved by Day. Tipped away by Crane, but picked up by Cavill. He won't shoot it in the lane, kicks it over in the corner for 3. It's no good by Tino Day. Offensive rebound. Cavill, three-pointer, good! Third chance for Johnston, and Cavill drains the 3.
You get 3 shots at it there. Johnston does. They convert one of them. Maroons struggled to really get out to their shooters. Talked about it pregame. Closing out on Johnston's shooters is going to be so critical.
Cavill with 10 points leads Johnston here in the first half. 24-21, Dowling's lead 4. Here's Coppola with it. Underneath, little up and under. Shot off the glass, good. Strong move by Maddox Coppola.
Love seeing it out of Maddox. He's a guy that can create a shot around the baseline, 10 foot and in. His Maddox sweet zone, and that time Maddox up and under with his shot, strong.
Johnston with the basketball. Grandin now pass over in the left wing to Tino Day. Gets it to Cavill, back to Day. Tino with it, guarded by Coppola, coming off a ball screen by Grandin. Skip pass over to Cavill, over to Jones. Emery in the lane, gets it to Grandin, guarded by Mitchell. Pull-up jumper, right elbow up, no good. Rebound Dowling and Charlie Crane as the shot by Cavill was no good as the shot clock expired. 2 minutes to play and Dowling by 5. 26-21 Maroons. Maddox Coppola on the dribble. Guarded by Cavill. Tries to bounce pass inside, stolen away by Johnston. Granville underneath. His shot blocked by Crane, out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball. Good hustle by Crane. Blocked the shot, then deflected it off of Grandin.
The Maroons have had some bad turnovers. When is a turnover good? I have no idea. But 3 possessions there here, in just out of 4. Maroons have had 2 or 3 turnovers in last 4 possessions.
Maroons. Martin's underneath to Coley, and his shot up and no good. Wins a turnover good. It's like football. Interception, fumble, it's a turnover. And Dragons the other way. Bargiolo shoots and scores.
Maroons not getting back on defense. Here comes the trapping half court by Johnston.
Nate Martin's in the lineup, and he loses the basketball. Stolen away by Bargiolo. Gets it out to Tino Day. Day in the lane. Pull-up jumper over Coppola. Up and good. Gets the roll. Tino Day with his 4th point. And it's a 1-point Dowling lead. Timeout Maroons. 1:10 to go in the second quarter. And it's 26-25. Dowling by 1 over Johnston. And we're going to get a full timeout. We'll take it with them with 1:10 to play. Back here at the Dowling Gym in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Programming. Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Cocktail hour begins at 5 p.m. Bella Notte, a beautiful evening, Saturday, February 14th at the FFA Enrichment Center in Ankeny, supporting St. Luke the Evangelist School. To get your tickets, visit slte.org.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling gym. Pressure by Johnston. The Maroons go over the top. Lob pass from Noah Martins in the backcourt to Charlie Crane. Overthrew him. Turnover against Dowling, and those turnovers starting to add up, Jimmy.
Well, you look at the last 6 possessions for the Maroons, 4 turnovers in them. That time not handling the half-court trap. Worked Crane deep into the basket and just couldn't get him the ball.
26-25, Dowling by 1. Here's Day with it on the baseline. Reverse layup, no good. And a loose ball foul called on Johnston. I think they're going to get Cavill with the foul, and they will. So Nakari with his first foul. Second team foul on Johnston with 42 seconds remaining. Maroons can have a 2-for-1 here if they can get a shot off by the 35-second mark. Now Crane's loose and a layup is good, and they will get a 2-for-1. Charlie Crane on a great pass from Noah Martins. Almost worked earlier, Jimmy, and they overthrew him.
It's what they tried to do the last possession, as you mentioned, is to have Charlie start about the top of the key and then break back to the basket, and that's how they're going to break this trap.
About a 2-second differential shot clock and game clock, so it's not going to be much of a 2-for-1 for the Maroons.
Well, the Maroons have 3 fouls to give up here, so you can probably use them. Don't allow Johnston to get a running start.
There's Brandon with it. Hands it off to Day. And we got a whistle and a shot before, and you're right. Charlie Crane will pick up the foul. That'll be his first foul with 2.6 seconds remaining, so
bring in Oldfield, maybe use up some of those fouls with 2.6, so you can get another 1 or 2 fouls.
Leighton Oldfield checking in. Number 5, 6'2", 195-pound sophomore. Emory Jones inbounds the ball, gets the Cavill. Jones for 3 at the horn. It's in and out, no good, and we come to the end of the first half with the score. Dowling Catholic 28, Johnston 25. Here in this boys contest earlier tonight. Dowling girls and Johnston hooked up in a battle, and Johnston girls won their 69th game in a row with a 49-43 win over Dowling in game 1. Game 2, we're at halftime, and it's... Thank you, Colleen. We'll take a break. It's 28-25 Dowling at halftime. We get gifts here at Dowling Catholic High School, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
I do.
I was being brought gifts at halftime by Colleen Webb.
You get free T-shirts. I saw they got you a medium, so that works. No,
Medium.
nice.
You were kind. I know what you were going to say. That's not what you said during the break. Triple X. I'll tell you. But hey, go ahead and rattle off. We're waiting on our hopefully Coach Meyer or somebody from the Dowling girls coaching staff will visit with us. Otherwise, it's you and me. But go ahead with the first half stats, Dowling and Johnston, Jimmy.
So you look at Dowling up 3 at half, shot 11 of 16 from the field for 69%. Shot really well from threes. Didn't take a lot of them. I think Dowling's strategy is to attack the basket. Went 2 of 3 from 3. Dowling had 11 total rebounds. And here's the stat, 9 turnovers in the first half for the Maroons. For Johnston, 11 of 27 from the field, 41%. They went 3 of 10 from threes, 0 of 1 free throws, 5 rebounds. We thought that Dowling would have the rebounding mismatch, but they did. 5 rebounds for Johnston and 4 turnovers.
You got them all in.
I did.
So that's one thing we don't have to do in the second half is listen to those. I don't think those are very accurate, but I'll take your word for it.
I mean, Coach, it's almost abuse that I take here from this guy.
We'll welcome in Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls basketball coach, following the exciting game in Game 1 with Johnston continuing their winning streak. And, Coach, thanks for joining us. I know it was a tough night for your gals, but what did you like about the game tonight compared to Game 1 back in December over at Johnston? What can you compare without going to film?
I thought we defended well, just like we did in December. We got down, I think, at least 13 at one point. We fought back to within 4. So I think the fight back was good to see. It'd be great to not get down, to start. But I thought defensively we were solid. Nikki Muller hit a couple big threes for us. There's a lot of physicality down low. We had a hard time getting it to Ellie. But I think Ellie still had, 15, 18 points or so. So it reminded me a lot of the December game, kind of just a battle, long possessions. But it's always fun to play top teams.
Well, it is, and that's what you want to do because you're going to see it, maybe not in this gym, but maybe at a different court here in Des Moines. You were down at halftime by 3 in that third quarter. You got outscored 20-12. Talk about the halftime. What was the message at halftime? Down 1 possession against a team that's won now 69 in a row. What was the message to the girls?
I thought I had a good message, and then maybe we should have just skipped halftime. If we come out and get beat 20-12 in the third quarter, whatever my message was, it needs to be a whole lot better, a whole lot different. We were sitting just fine at 3 points down, and I thought offensively we weren't real great, so we needed to kind of adjust a few things, and then we come out, had some turnovers and things, so it was more of our offense where we struggled, and then they hit a couple threes, which they will, but the offensive rebounds that we gave up in the fourth quarter, I think, were big ones for us.
I haven't had a chance to really talk to you much during these halftimes, but been watching a lot of your games, and from my vantage point, Katie Muller, Ellie Muller, they attract so much attention. You're looking for that third or fourth girl to really step up and provide an offensive prowess. I think Maddie Rice, you see that at times, but then you see the other Muller girl, Nikki, big shot over there at the corner to cut it to 4, and you thought, shoot, I'm right in this game, and then Johnston's they're veterans.
Yep.
They're really good. How do you cut into it? I thought you guys would have the best chance out of anybody to really knock that winning streak off, but what's it going to take? What's it going to take for somebody to knock this 59-60 game winning streak?
I think they're up in the upper 60s.
69.
They're
69.
Is that what is that?
Goodness.
Yeah. It's tough, especially now, this year. I mean, hopefully we get another shot at them, but it might take Jenica graduating, to be honest. I mean, their experience, Jenica having Jalea back, she does a nice job. Both Phillips girls are just solid. And if they have any lead at all in the fourth quarter, they're going to bleed the clock. Kelly Calb does a nice job, as a sophomore. And so you got to shoot well, and you got to take care of the ball. And I don't think we had a ton of turnovers tonight. To be honest, as you said, Katie and Ellie are our go-to people. They have to make more shots. Katie didn't make a lot of shots tonight. She's got to hit some. if our best shooters are going to go, 0 for whatever on threes, we're going to struggle. There's a few times I thought Ellie needed to be stronger down low. And she finished a lot, but like you can't have those turnovers. You can't have those missed shots in these big games.
Visit with Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls basketball coach, following the Dowling girls' loss tonight. It was Johnston 49, Dowling Catholic 43, and you just move right on. It's kind of a long week. You play on Monday night because of the wrestling duels that will be held here tomorrow night. Got bumped up a night. But, Coach, you come back Friday night, senior night, and you take on 5th-ranked Ankeny in a rematch of a game that was up there. Very physical game, kind of similar to what we saw tonight with Johnston. But senior night and taking on Ankeny for the second time.
Yeah, we're excited to get to play them again. It's kind of nice. I don't know if I love Monday games. It's one of those. What day of the week is it when you're at school? But we're taking tomorrow off of practice, which will be good. Hopefully our girls come up, cheer on the wrestlers. Really cool that they get to host. And we'll get ready Wednesday, Thursday for Ankeny. And Ankeny's been a little up and down. When we played them at Ankeny, they shot really well. So I think if we can, get their three-point percentage down a little bit, I think we'll be okay. So, but, senior night will be exciting. Get to honor our seniors and get to play a top 5 ranked team.
Yeah, you certainly do. You have 2 seniors in your lineup. I'm not sure about the managers and support staff, but 2 seniors, and you'll recognize them. And then after Friday, you've got Southeast Polk and Waukee Northwest Tuesday, Friday next week, and the regular season is done. Hard to believe.
Yeah, it goes fast. I mean, it's February 2nd already. And it's been a great season, but now it's, especially after this game, can't change anything. Now we keep getting better. Now we get better for Ankeny on Friday, Southeast Polk, and then, number 2, Waukee Northwest, who beat us a couple weeks ago. So if we get a little momentum going into the end of the regular season, then we got postseason, and it's all fun from here.
That's right.
There.
Well, Coach, appreciate you taking time to visit with us tonight. We'll see you Friday night on senior night.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you so much.
Head coach Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls head basketball coach, joining Jimmy Cataldo and me here at halftime. Dowling boys leading Johnston 28-25 at the half. This is Mark Hamadale. We'll return in 1 minute with the second half between Dowling and Johnston from the Dowling Gym along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN. Support for
3, 2, action.
Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
On a monthly, weekly, or daily basis at a monstrance or tabernacle at the parish of their choice. Learn more about becoming a member at iadorethee.com.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Second half underway, or about ready to start. Dowling and Johnston, game 2 of our girl-boy doubleheader. Johnston tonight winning the first game 49-43 over Dowling to extend their winning streak to 69 in a row. Coach Cataldo, not 59, 69 for Coach Jellick and the Johnston girls.
I don't want to give them any. I mean, they've earned every one of those. So
absolutely.
My apologies to getting that.
And quickly, Johnston gets it underneath and a shot up and good by the Dragons. And that being Emery Jones with his 9th point.
That's where Emery Jones got Dowling in the first half, was attacking the basket.
So he did. They
very quick.
Lob underneath the crane and whistling the foul by Grandin. He got caught for the reach in, and 2 free throws coming. Foul will be Darren Grandin's 3rd foul. Let's take a look at scoring in the first half for Johnston. They're led by Hikari Cavill with 10 points. Emery Jones with 7 points at halftime. He now has 9. 4 points for Tino Day. As Dowling gets a little backdoor cut layup, good by Noah Martins. A pass from Alfred Coley to Martins.
And Martins is 9th point of the game, and he's making all of his baskets around the rim. Has not taken an outside shot, I don't believe yet, but Maroon's just 2 of 3 from 3-point range.
Round out scoring for Johnston. Tino Day with 4 points, 2 points for Caleb Bargiolo off the bench, 2 points for Josh Jenkins off the bench. as the Dragons went 0 for 1 at the free throw line. And now shot clock resets on a missed Johnston basket. They work it underneath to Bargiolo, and his shot is blocked by Crane into the hands of Capola.
It's the land of the Giants for the Maroons.
Dowling was led in the first half by Alfred Coley, Charlie Crane, and Noah Martin, 7 points each. 3 points for Gio Keelis off the bench, 2 points for Nate Jenkins. And now there's Coley underneath. His shot is no good, and that'll be the 4th foul on Grandin. And Alfred Coley to the free throw line where he is 1 for 2. He'll have 2 free throws here. Coley with 7 points tonight. We should round out scoring. Capola with 2 points for the Maroons, and Nate Jenkins with 2. Dowling was 4 of 6 the free throw line in the first half. And Coley's first free throw is good. Alfred with 8 points. Dowling jumped out to a 16-10 first quarter lead, and Johnston outscored Dowling in that second quarter 15-12 as the Maroons had a 3-point lead at halftime. The second free throw no good. Maroons up 4, 31-27 here, Jimmy, with 6:30 left to go here in the third quarter.
Well, it's just been a seesaw game throughout. Maroons get a comfortable lead, and then Johnston's clawing their way back. A lot with their quickness and guard play.
Here's Emery Jones, leads it for Cavill at the free throw line. Shot up and good. Cavill, what a smooth stroke. He's got 12 points. 31-29. The Dowling lead is 2. First meeting won by Dowling 50-46 back in December at the Johnston Gym. And here's Crane with it. It's in the corner to Martins. Noah looking inside to Capola. Now to Coley. To Capola. Maddox thinks about the 3, won't shoot it. Now to Coley with 9 on the shot clock. Here's Martins. He'll pull up for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. And a rebound out to Bargiolo and Johnston. Lead pass to Cavill. He'll pull up for 3. Good. And the Dragons have the lead by 1. 32-31. And Cavill with 5 of his 15 points here in the third quarter.
Such a good three-point shooter is Cavill. Step back 3.
Now I think Grandin has just fouled out, and he has. Darren Grandin tried to get the steal, and he'll foul out with 5:26 to go in the third quarter.
We talked about Grandin getting the starting nod over Jenkins, and a lot of that is because of Grandin's height and a little bit more athleticism to take on the Maroon bigs. But with Grandin fouling out, they're going to put Jenkins in, which Jenkins has been really, really good for against Dowling over the last couple meetings.
So Darren Grandin, the 6'4 junior, fouls out for Johnston at the 5:26 mark. Charlie Crane at the free throw line for 2. First one up and no good. Maroons are going to make it a ball game if they keep missing shots and free throws. Crane with 7 points, make it 8. He makes the second free throw. Tied at 32, Dowling and Johnston. 5:20 to go, third quarter. Glad you can join us on CISN tonight, along with the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. We appreciate you tuning in on this Monday night CIML game. Johnston with the ball. Cavill, a pass over and a shot up and good. The basket will count by Josh Jenkins, who came in for Grandin. And the foul will be on Dowling's Alfred Coley, his first.
Every player for Johnston is a multi-threat player. From the outside shooting, attacking the basket, makes it really, really tough to defend because you're trying to close out on the three-point shot, and they go right around you. Their quickness is pretty good.
Jenkins with 4 points, free throw no good. Ball slapped around and rebounded by Bargiolo underneath the Cavill. His shot up and good. They count the basket, the foul on Dowling. So 2 and 1s in one possession, and both fouls on Coley. That's his second. And this will be a full timeout called by Dowling with 4:59 to go, third quarter. Johnston 36, Dowling 32, back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the fall mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Receive it equally as God's Word. For a synopsis of sacred tradition today, pick up your copy of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym, West Des Moines. Free throws coming for Kari Cavill. He has 17 points tonight.
And one.
Free throw and one, no good. Rebound Dowling and Jenkins. Dowling with the basketball, trailing by 4. This is Johnston, largest lead of the night. They led by 3 in the first half, actually the first quarter. Here's Crane backing in. His shot off the glass, up and good. A lot of contact there, and Charlie made it fall. 10 points for Crane.
They've got away with a travel there, but yet with this back to the basket, Charlie Crane's been really, really good in the last 2 games.
36-34 Johnston. Dragons in the front court. Here's Jenkins. Today, Tino with it. Pull-up jumper, right wing, good. Just inside the three-point line. Tino Day from the right side, he's got 6 points.
As he's come back for the Dragons, as we mentioned at the beginning, 6-1 has been their record. Such a talented basketball player and football player for that matter.
Jenkins out to Coley. Alford with it, and we got a whistle and a foul called on Barjolo. He and Charlie Crane have been doing battle. Barjolo undersized at 6'2", and Charlie at 6'10", and they've been tussling over there off the ball. I kind of noticed that a little bit. That'll be his first foul for Barjolo. He'll have a seat on the bench, get him settled down. And Capola will sit down, and Charlie drawing attention. Now he's got Jaden Hauser in there guarding him, and official says, hey, you guys can't look like you're dancing. You're locked up.
Crane has every right to that position, and they're just pushing him off.
Now we got a reach-in foul on Johnston. Foul starting to catch up the Dragons. Hauser picks up his second foul. Free throws coming for Charlie Crane. It's a 15 foul on Johnson, so non-shooting foul, but the penalty.
You had mentioned that the Maroons got to hit their free throws if they're in this position. Every foul from here on out in the third quarter is going to be 2 free throws.
Crane's first free throw is good. Rankings just came out today. The latest rankings in Class 4A. Cedar Falls at number 1. Waukee Northwest at number 2. No change there. Waukee moves up to 3rd. Dowling falls to 4th. Free throw good by Crane, who has 12 points. Dubuque Senior is 5th. Ames is 6th. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln is 7th. Des Moines Roosevelt moves in the rankings at 8th. Here's a long 3 up and no good by Tino Day, and a rebound Dowling and Jenkins. Muscatine at number 9, and Ankeny in the top 10 at number 10. And that'll be Dowling's opponent Friday night, 10th ranked Ankeny, as we'll have a girl-boy doubleheader Friday night on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. CISN, they're going to be bringing you girls state wrestling. Underneath Martins in a jump ball. Good help defense by Hauser, and they force a jump ball to be Dowling possession, as there were 2 guys right on Noah as he drove to the basket, Jimmy.
Noah's having some great success getting downhill to the basket. Needs to recognize 3 guys jumped on him as he crashed to the basket. Find that open shooter, as he's drawn so much attention when he's taking the ball.
Keyless inbounds the ball. They work it around to Martins. Now to Crane. Right block. Turnaround shot up. No good. Tip up and good. Above the rim is Alfred Coley.
That's Alfred, again, attacking the rim when he knows the shot's going up. Be there for the miss, as he's had, 4 offensive rebounds.
And now a steal by Martins, went off the leg of Coley, and a pass stolen away by Emery Jones of Johnston. And now we got a timeout. Johnston, as Courtney Henderson calls time, and Emery Jones sinks the basket. They'll wave it off. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. 38 all, Dowling and Johnston. How'd you like to be a coach? I've done that a few times. Called timeout, and my player will make a shot.
It's more of a feel thing. He just didn't feel good about the situation, even though they probably had the numbers on the break. He recognized, Coach Henderson recognizes 38-38 game. Each possession right now is so valuable still, even though it's third quarter.
Reminder, our next broadcast on Iowa Catholic Radio will be this Friday night. Dowling taking on Ankeny right here at the Dowling Gym. We have no more road doubleheaders, but we do have one Dowling-Ankeny single game right before the postseason begins. And you and I will make the trip to Ankeny. I know a few people up there.
We've been everywhere in Polk County, Dallas County. We'll find our way.
Yeah. You definitely have the vehicle that will find its way by itself. My goodness. All right. Out of the timeout, Johnson with the ball. Emory Jones down the lane. His shot no good. Emory slams into the padding underneath the basket. Rebound Dowling. Jenkins with the shot no good. Coley with the rebound to put back up and in right over Hauser. Alfred Coley has 12 points.
Understanding his role throughout the night is finding the offensive glass, getting the putback. 10 points, I believe, on offensive putbacks.
And here's a jumper in the lane by Cavill, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds to Dowling. I thought Alfred's Coley was a rim protector.
Well,
you got him on the offensive end.
Well, either the Maroons are taking advantage of the heights, and we talked about where they have the height advantage in this game. They out-rebound Johnston coming into this game, 34-25, I believe. And
now here is Crane in the lane. His shot no good. Charlie's going to feel it tomorrow morning too. Need that extra day. Whistle and a foul on Josh Jenkins, his second. Jenkins, well, they've got 7 fouls at that position because Grandin fouled out with 5, and now Jenkins come in and he's got 2, so 7 fouls on Crane and company. Charlie, the free throw line, misses the first free throw. He has 12 points tonight.
I think Coach Einertson's realizing that Johnston's struggling to guard Charlie down on the block, so continue to find ways to post him up.
Second free throw good. Charlie goes 1 for 2, has 13 points. Leads Dowling in scoring. And Maroons that 1-2-2 full court press with Coley at the top at 6'8". And the Dragons get across the timeline. And they work it underneath to Barjolo, layup good. Nice feed that time from Tino Day.
Great job by both Barjolo and Tino Day.
Barjolo with the, Tino Day with the dribble penetration. Here's Keelis with it. Gio looking for a cutter. Gets it out to Coley, top of the circle. Now to Martins. Noah with it, coming off a ball screen. Works the left side. Works baseline. Left-handed. Kicks it out to Keelis. 14 on the shot clock. Here's Crane. Catch and shoot for 3. Good. Right over Barjolo. Charlie Crane with 16 points. That's his second 3 of the night. The Maroons lead it by 4, 44-40 after being down by 4. Dragons the other way. Shot off the glass, no good by Cavill. Rebound Jenkins and Dowling. Here's Keelis with it. Gio, he'll launch the 3. It's up, good! Gio Keelis, the reigning 3s here at the Dowling Gym. He's got 6 points. And the Maroons lead by 7 with the minute 5 to play in the third.
Maroons have shot 6 3-pointers and have made 4 of them. Quality shots on the night, as where they have struggled the last few games. Putting those into the bucket tonight's making every one count.
I remember Dowling down 4. They called the timeout and things weren't looking good, and they have picked themselves up here. And the Dragons have went cold from the field. Here's Jones with it. Emory down the right side. His shot partially blocked by Crane. He gets the rebound. 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 3 or 4 second differential on the shot clock. As Martins has it between the circles.
I think here you try to get Martins to attack the basket, penetrate, get your shooters out wide for kick out, or Charlie Crane posting up Barjolo.
Now whistle and a foul on Cavill. Had a foul to, did not have a foul to give. Cavill with his second foul, so free throws coming for Dowling with 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Oldfield set to check in.
The Maroons have 2 fouls to give with 9 seconds.
Good
Probably going
point.
to use both of them.
Martin's first free throw is good. Noah with 10 points. There's a 9th free throw here in the third quarter for Dowling. Second one on the way, good. These are 8 out of 10 at the line. Or 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10?
7 out of 10 in the second half. Went 4-6 in the first. Johnston over 3.
9 seconds remaining. Day will dribble it up for Johnston. Guarded by Capola, and Maddox will foul in. The out of bounds Johnston with 4 seconds remaining. Maddox with his second foul. Oldfield in for the Maroons. Maddox out.
Maddox out to protect his fouls.
I'm sorry, Ralston in. Sam Ralston, number 1, checking in, along with Oldfield, who's been in. Oldfield will guard the inbounder, and that's Emory Jones along the far sideline. Emory tips it out of bounds. He threw it into Cavill, and he tipped it right back to Jones, and it went between his legs, out of bounds to Dowling. The Maroons now with 3 seconds. They'll get their offensive players back in. Jenkins, Keyless, Martins, along with Ralston and Charlie Crane. All right, 3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling up 49-40. A dragon foul will put Dowling at the free throw line as they're over the limit. Jenkins inbounded the ball, gets to Crane. Charlie. And that shot will not count as it left his hand late. So we've come to the end of the third quarter with our score. Dowling Catholic 49, Johnston 40. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. We'll be back for the fourth quarter from the Dowling Catholic Gym. Earlier tonight, it was the Johnston girls running their winning streak to 69 in a row with a 49-43 win over Dowling. And we'll be back for the fourth quarter of the boys contest with Dowling leading 49-40 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CIS.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym, West Des Moines. Monday night, CIML girls and boys basketball. And it's the Dowling boys leading Johnston 49-40. Johnston will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. This game was moved to tonight, as tomorrow the Dowling wrestling team opens up postseason with the home dual meet. Now here's Johnston with a long three. It's no good. Offensive rebound, it's no good. Rebound Dowling, and Noah Martins will get our statistics through three quarters here in a moment. Dowling 7 of 10 at the free throw line that quarter. They are now 11 for 16 at the free throw line through three quarters. Johnston 0 for 3 at the line. And that's a big stat right there in itself, Jimmy.
Yeah, and it's Maroon's ability to attack the basket, drawing fouls. Charlie Crane drawing plenty of attention there.
Now Crane goes underneath, has the ball blocked out of bounds by Cavill. It'll be Dowling basketball with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Maroons with their first possession of the fourth quarter. Gio Keyless will throw it in. It's Keyless, Martins, and Ralston, the three guards, with Evan Mitchell in right now, has the basketball, hands it off to Keyless and Charlie Crane. And Keyless shot up and no good, drew the foul, and he'll get 2 free throws, as the foul will be on Emory Jones. And Jim, you got to look at the third quarter numbers.
Third quarter through three quarters. I have Johnston shooting 44%, 18 of 41 from the field, just 4 of 12 from three-point range. 9 rebounds, and just 6 turnovers. Dowling, 17 of 27 from the field. They're 4 of 6, as we mentioned earlier, from 3, so taking advantage from outside shooting. Quality shots tonight from the Maroons' 3-point range. They have 21 total rebounds, as I mentioned, to Johnston's 9, and the Maroons just 1 turnover in the third quarter, 10 total.
All right, Keyless goes 1 for 2 at the line. He now has 7 points. 50-40, Dowling by 10. This is the Maroons' largest lead of the night. Johnston is led by 4 back in the third quarter. Dribbling down, and Tino Day has his shot blocked from behind by Alfred Coley. Who's keeping the blocks tonight? Is that you or me?
There hasn't been a ton of blocks. To be honest with you, I think the ability of both teams to get offensive rebounds, more so for Dowling, but Johnston has gotten their fair share of second chance shots.
Here's Day in the corner for 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Bargiolo doesn't reset the shot clock. It's at 10. Here's Jones with it. Guarded by Mitchell. His long 3 no good. Coley with the rebound. He's skied above the rim. There's your rim protector. And now Ralston for 3, and it's no good. Fight for the rebound, and Johnson comes away. Here's Cavill with it. Underneath, layup with the left hand, good. Keyless tried to deny it, but Cavill shoots and scores his 19th point. 50-42 Dowling. 6:10 to go, fourth quarter. Bruins are trying to win the regular season series between the two squads. Here's Noah Martins underneath, layup good, reverse layup on the left side, Noah Martins.
Noah with his 13th point, all coming from his penetration downhill to the basket.
Now underneath, Johnston with the basket by Josh Jenkins. That is his 6th point. We have a timeout on the floor, and this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them with 5:50 remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, Dowling 52, Johnston 44 in this boys CIML matchup here on Monday night on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa High School sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Iowa Catholic Radio Network. The loving God would not really send someone to hell forever, would he? My father died last week. Oh well, he's in heaven now. Why should we pray for dead people? Learn how the Eastern Catholic Churches respond to these common questions and beliefs. Light in the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Pressure in the backcourt by Johnston the first time tonight we've seen them come out with some full court pressure. The Maroons get it across the timeline, leading 52-44 with 5.5 minutes to go. Here's Jenkins with it for Dowling to Martins. Lobs it inside to Charlie Crane. Layup off the glass good. He turned and scored on Josh Jenkins.
Tough to stop as Charlie gets that deep into the block. Been really deadly from that turnaround with his back to the basket.
18 points for Charlie Crane. 54-44, Dowling by 10. Here's Jones with it for Johnston today. Tino with it. Running jumper in the lane, up and good. Rolls around the rim and through. Tino Day with his 8th point. 54-46 Dowling. Keyless in the front court. Get it out to Martins. Noah for 3. It's up. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Noah Martins with his 16th point. Wow.
All set up by Charlie Crane. He's drawing so much attention by Johnston down. Maroons got to be able to hit those shots when they get them open.
And now Cavill tries to bank a shot off the glass. It's no good. And out of bounds to Dowling. Keyless will check out and Coley checking in. So Maroons going with both post players at this juncture against this full court pressure by Johnston with Jenkins, Martins, and Capola, the 3 guards for the Maroons. And now the ball nearly stolen away, but Martins gets across the timeline just in time, and now a timeout Dowling as Coach Einertson not happy with what's transpired. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 4:29 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling 57, Johnston 46. Reminder, our next broadcast on Iowa Catholic Radio will be this coming Friday night. It'll be senior night. We'll have a girl-boy doubleheader. Dowling hosting Ankeny. And we'll have the pregame show right at 6 o'clock. For Johnston, let's take a look at their schedule. They travel to Valley this Friday for a girl-boy doubleheader. Then on Saturday, the Johnston boys take on Norwalk at noon at Waukee High School. That's part of the crossover classic that Eastern Iowa and Western Iowa kind of go back and forth with. And Johnston will take on Norwalk at noon this Saturday at Waukee High School. And then next week, they will they'll be on the road, Johnston at Ankeny Centennial on Tuesday, February 10th, and then Friday the 13th, Johnston at Ankeny. So the Dragons on the road for the next several games. Dowling will be home against Ankeny. Senior night this coming Friday. Right out of the timeout. Dowling with the ball, and Martin stepped on the baseline as he made his pass. The court's a little shorter here than most schools, Jimmy, because it's a regulation high school court. It's not a college court.
So standard length for
standard,
high school?
Yep, standard for high school, but
more and more of these arenas and gymnasiums and field houses, as you want to call them.
Field houses.
Putting in 94-foot courts.
Hey, beautiful pass that time by Cavill. He found Emory Jones for the basket.
During the last time out, I think Coach Anderson and the coaching staff got the runs together and how they're going to break this full court press.
Now here's a steal by Bargiolo. He goes all the way, leaves it for Cavill, layup good. Cavill with 21 points. 57-50. And here's pressure by Johnston. Maroons get in the front court and they throw it away. Bad pass by Martins. Overthrew Capola, and now Keyless will check in and Martins will sit down. He's now with, what, 3 straight possessions with a turnover.
Yeah, three straight turnovers. And I thought the Maroons probably had a good plan on what they were going to do with that full court. Hand to Johnston. You really can't mimic the quickness, speed, and length that Johnston has.
Dragons with the basketball. They drive baseline, shot up, and good. That's Josh Jenkins off the bench with 8 points.
So 6 straight points off the 3 Dowling turnovers. Or excuse me, yeah, 6 points off the 3 turnovers.
Now Jenkins goes around everybody, gets to Keyless and throws it away. That extra pass by Nate Jenkins resulted in a turnover with 3:08 to go, and the Dowling lead is 5. As Martin's back in, Keyless out. Well, the Maroons are going to throw the press right back at him. This 1-2-2 press has helped both teams tonight. Right now it's helping Johnston. Maroons will back out of the press. Cavill will dribble in the front court for Johnston. Hands it off to Jones. Over to Bargiolo. Now over to Jenkins. Pull-up jumper, good. That's a 3-pointer for Jenkins. He's got 11 off the bench. Didn't get the start tonight. 57-55, the Dowling lead is 2. Timeout Dowling as Nate Jenkins is double-teamed by Jones and Cavill. This will be a 30-second timeout with 2:41 remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, Dowling's lead has shrunk to 2.
Going into this game, you knew Johnston was going to have full court press, or they're going to have a half court trapping defense, and you expected it. Didn't see a lot of it in the first half. So it was just a matter of when Coach Henderson was going to deploy that, and he waited probably till the opportune time to really get Dowling on their heels, and has converted 9 straight points off of 4 Dowling turnovers on 4 possessions.
Dowling led 28-25 at halftime, but Johnston outscored Dowling in the third quarter 24-12 to cut it to 9, and now it's cut to 5 or cut to 2.
Fourth quarter score going into the fourth quarter was
49-40.
49-40.
Yeah. So this has been quite a run by Johnston, and again, it's both teams pressure. 1-2-2 full court press by Dowling. Well, Johnston has answered that and has cut the lead, and now they throw the ball in the backcourt to Martins. Now he's going to have to hustle for it. He steps on the baseline out of bounds, and good hustle that time by Josh Jenkins of Johnston, forcing the turnover. It'll be Johnston basketball, Jimmy.
The Maroons are trying to find a lineup that's going to be efficient through all this pressure that Johnston's putting on. Finding a way to get back into that half-court set, get Charlie Crane to post up, but right now hand it to Johnston. Quickness, athleticism, and taking it right to the Maroons in the fourth quarter.
They get it underneath the Barjolo, but he won't shoot it against Crane at 6'10". Maroons got to go back inside. This is Cavill with it underneath against Martins. Fadeaway jumper up and in and out, no good. And rebound, Noah Martins and Dowling. Took it away from Barjolo. To Capola. 2:15 to play. Dowling by 2 and the basketball. Let's see if they go inside. Trying to get Charlie Crane posted up, and Barjolo's doing a pretty good job on him. Coley with it beyond the three-point arc. Looking for Capola. Gets it over to Martins. Now to Capola. To Jenkins. Maddox with it, looking inside. Gets it inside too. Charlie Crane, a whistle and a reaching foul called on Barjolo.
Charlie Crane, when he finds himself on the opposite block, he has to use a little bit more speed to really push himself to the other side, get position. He's getting pushed coming across a couple times in that. A little bit tired, but he has to recognize he has the advantage in this offensive set. Find himself posting up, getting position.
Now they work underneath the Keyless layup, good on the pass from Noah Martins. Gio Keyless with the basket. Play. 9 points for Keyless. Now Johnston, a long three, no good by Cavill. Charlie Crane with the rebound. Charlie's going to take it up court. Tries to get it to Coley, and he does. Back to Charlie. Now to Martins. Dowling's going to work some clock here with a minute and a half remaining. Dowling by 4, 59-55. Johnston, only 2 team fouls here in the fourth quarter. You might want to think about fouling here. But with the 2-possession game, I don't think the Dragons are. Maroons got their 1-4 set. Here is Martins, Noah in the lane. Little teardrop at the shot, no good. Crane with the tip, no good. Ball slapped around, and Cavill comes away with it for Johnston. Outlet to Barjolo. He loses it on the baseline. It'll be Dowling basketball. So quick is Johnston. So quick.
They force you to play defense. They force you to get yourself back. Maroons got lucky on the possession before. Cavill have a wide open three-point shot.
All right, a full timeout taken. We will too with 56.5 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling 59, Johnston 55. In the CIML Class 4A boys game here at the Dowling Gym. Back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
What you have heard from me before many witnesses, and trust the faithful men who will be able to teach others also. There's no evidence that a widespread change of belief took place among the early Christians. Quite the opposite. At the end of the 2nd century, St. Irenaeus wrote that while the truth is spread over the entire known world, the faith has been maintained intact everywhere, something only attributable to the Holy Spirit. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KIHS, Perry, KDBM, Mason City, KCSL, Spencer.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Out of the timeout, Dowling with the basketball, leading 59-55, under a minute to play. Maroons get the ball into Martins. Out to Coley. Alfred across the timeline. Now they get it to Jenkins. Johnston with 2 team fouls. 45 seconds. Nate Jenkins dribbling the basketball, guarded by Barjolo, and he'll pick up the foul. And on Caleb, that'll be his 3rd.
Team foul number 3. Johnston still can get a little bit aggressive here with the inbounds pass. Look for a steal.
Maroons coming out of the break with Sam Ralston in the lineup, along with Gio Keyless. Noah Martins. And the ball knocked out of bounds as they inbound it to Keyless. That was Barjolo defending him. Dowling going with 1 big, and that's Alfred Coley with Charlie Crane on the bench. So basically a 4-guard lineup, and there you go. Reach in foul on Josh Jenkins. That'll be his 3rd foul. Got one more foul before the Maroons go to the free throw line. 14 fouls on Johnston here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with none. And it'll be out of bounds Dowling underneath their own basket with Keyless throwing it in. 40 seconds remaining. And Dowling will call timeout. And I think they all have a minute left. And if so, we'll keep it here. 40 seconds remaining. And 59-55, Dowling by 4. We'll keep it here. I want to recognize some supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, Jimmy. Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Fast Signs and Clive, and Iowa Wealth Management. Our thanks to them. Our thanks to the CISN crew, led by director Randy Nielsen, Rachel Hawley, and Marion Bailey doing the camera work. And in Iowa Catholic Radio, we have Brady Grimm back at the studios, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo. All right, here's the timeout, Coach.
Well, the Maroons have really struggled to get the ball in bounds the last 2 times. Johnston is just, they're physical. They get away with a little bit of holding without having it called. So, great job by these young men. But they make it so difficult for you to get the ball in bounds. But at this point, you got to find a way. It's interesting watching Coach Sam Young drawing up the play there during the halftime, going to the young coach to see what he draws up here.
Young coach.
I remember last year when they gave O'Hara a chance to call something.
Oh,
it was a turnover.
It ended up being, I remember that.
So a lot
it
of
was right here
on Sam Young.
Sam
drawed up a play during this timeout. Oh, wide open.
Underneath the Ralston layup, good, and Noah Martins with the pass. Sam Ralston with his first 2 points tonight, and they were big.
Gets a big attaboy from Coach Heinerson.
6-point lead for Dowling, and now a corner 3 up and good. That's Josh Jenkins with the 3. That's his second of the fourth quarter. He's got 14 points tonight. And a timeout called on the court, and it'll be a 30-second timeout with 26 seconds remaining. Shot clock turned off. The Dowling basketball. Maroons lead by 3, and they'll have the length of the court to go,
well,
Jimmy.
This is where it becomes really tough because Johnston's full court press and quickness makes it really hard for the Maroons. They can run the baseline here, so find a play that get the ball in where you can work a little bit of time, but you got to get the ball across the half court. Turnover would be big here. Your one-shot difference here. And Maroons in there with a high guard offense.
Reminder, once the game is over, to our networks, CISN and to Iowa Catholic Radio Network, go to a 2-minute break so you and I can total up the statistics and come back with our post-game show, so stay tuned for that. 61-58 Dowling. Maroons inbound the ball to Keyless. Back to Martins. He's fouled in the backcourt, and Nate Jenkins, will go to the free throw line as that foul is on Cavill, and that'll be his third.
Jenkins, 72% free throw shooter, 21 of 29 on the year.
He's got 2 points tonight. And is back in the first quarter, trying to give Dowling a 2-possession lead. First free throw up, in and out, no good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Iowa Wealth Management. Again, if you joined us late, the girls' game, what a dandy it was. Johnston winning their 69th game in a row over the last 2 years. 49-43 over Dowling. Second free throw good by Nate. 62-58, Maroons by 4. Johnston's got to hurry. Here is Emery Jones underneath, layup good. They let him go, and he shoots and scores. 13 points. Or 11 points for Jones. Now Dowling with the basketball, and they're fouled in the backcourt. Barjolo with his fourth.
Johnston had their chances there to get a steal. Maroons just using enough to get the ball into Jenkins' hands, draw a foul. 2 big free throws here.
So going to the free throw line is Nate Jenkins once again, where he's 1 for 2 on the night. Maroons by 2. First one up and good.
Got the Mark Amadeo roll on that one.
How about that?
Back of the rim, straight up and goes in.
Nate knows a few of these Johnston guys. Went to class with him for a year or two. Second free throw good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 3 for 4 at the line is Jenkins. He's got 5 points. 64-60 our score, 3 seconds remaining. Long three in the corner, up and good by Emery Jones, and that'll do it. Jones will finish with 14 points. And Dowling wins it by 1, 64-63. Dowling hangs on for the win. Congratulations to head coach Justin Einertson and the Dowling boys. They improved their record to 14-2 on the year, ranked 4th in Class 4A. Johnston falls to a record of 7-8. Thanks to Courtney Henderson. Up next for Johnston, they're at Valley in a girl-boy doubleheader on Friday night. For Dowling, the Maroons host Ankeny on senior night in a girl-boy doubleheader here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Again, the final in Game 2. Dowling boys a winner 64-63 over Johnston. We'll take a 2-minute break along our network lines. Earlier tonight, the Johnston girls won their 69th in a row with a 49-43 win over Dowling. We'll return in 2 minutes with our postgame show alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I am Mark Amadale from the Dowling Gym here in West Des Moines, Iowa. Back in 2 minutes on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym here in West Des Moines. Monday night, CIML basketball. Yes, that's a rarity, but tomorrow night the Dowling Gym will be hosting the dual wrestling tournament as the Dowling wrestling team qualified for a home match. So you had to move the basketball game, and it got moved to tonight. Dowling and Johnston doing battle, and it was Dowling coming out on top in the boys contest. 64-63, the Dowling boys improved their record to 14-2, while Johnston falls to 7-8. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Thanks to Mike Burkert, who assisted me in Game 1. And, Jimmy, you got the your numbers about done here for the unofficial stats. I should apologize to you. I made that crack at you during halftime. And I know how unofficial these numbers are, so go right ahead.
But they add up. So
they do.
You can say whatever you want. They add up. Maroons didn't take a whole lot of shots tonight. Just 35 total shots on the night. Made 22 of them. Went 5 of 8 from 3. Totaling up 63% shooting for the Maroons. 15-22 from the free throw line, so really made their hay at the free throw line, getting 15. Johnston 0 of 3 from the free throw line. I had Dowling with 26 total rebounds to Johnston's 15. Ball really got loose for the Maroons in the fourth quarter for turnovers, but 15 total turnovers on the night, 5 in just that fourth quarter. Johnston 28 of 60 from the field. 46%, just shot 7 of 22 from three-point range, 15 rebounds, as I mentioned, and handled the ball well, 7 turnovers.
All right, let's look at the scoring for tonight's game. The visitors from Johnston, who, again, their record falls to 7 and 8. They were led by Nakari Cavill's 21 points for the 5'11 junior. He was followed in scoring by Emery Jones, and off the bench, Josh Jenkins with 14 points each. Rounding out scoring for Johnston, Tino Day with 8 points, 4 points for Caleb Barjolo off the bench. Darren Grandin, who started, did not score and fouled out with 5:26 left in the third quarter, and Jacob Peterson entered the game as a reserve and did not score. Johnston went 0 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. For Dowling, the Maroons had 3 players in double figures, led by Charlie Crane's 18 points. The Dowling point guard Noah Martins with 16 points, 12 points for Alfred Coley. Gio Keelis off the bench with 9 points, 5 points for Nate Jenkins, and 2 points for Maddox Capola. Evan Mitchell came off the bench for the Maroons. A 6'4 sophomore did not score. Dowling 15 of 22 unofficially at the free throw line. And what a tale of two halves. Dowling led at halftime 28-25. But Jimmy, Johnston outscores Dowling in the third quarter 24-12. That cuts the Dowling lead to 9, or Johnston has a 9-point lead, going into the fourth quarter. Dowling outscores Johnston 24-14 to win it by 1, 64-63. Talk about a tale of two halves. How about a tale of two quarters?
And it was so back and forth. And I thought the Dowling game plan is to feed Charlie Crane down low, really cause Johnston some issues. But, I mean, it's so difficult to guard Johnston. They got 4 different guards, 5 when you bring in Josh Jenkins. So tough to guard. They're so quick. And I thought the Maroons did about as good as they could in that time to really compose their penetration, their shooting. Got lucky a couple times. But big free throws in the end by Nate Jenkins, making 3 out of 4 late.
Now we have to cut off the TV, so we're going to make this real quick. Coach Einertson, Dowling head basketball coach Justin Einertson, joined us real quick before we let the TV people go. Your thoughts on this game? Try to condense it because we're going to be back for more of the radio part. But
survive in advance, baby.
Survive in advance. You and Courtney have such grinder games. You know,
that one felt a little bit
fights.
different. It was almost a little too open, but yeah, it was good.
You know, you look back at the quarters. You lead by 6 at the end of the first quarter. You lead by 3 at halftime, and then you go. Then you're down 9 going into the fourth quarter. That third quarter was something for Johnston, and I'm sure you felt helpless out there at times.
I don't know. I feel like our game plan was sound. We just kept turning it over. So I felt like if we ever stopped turning it over, we were going to be in good shape. If you see the shot chart from the first and second quarter, I think we had 2 misses were listed on there. Now, I love my boy Alden. I'm not saying that was a perfect shot chart. But I'm like, man, all we got to do is just get a shot up. And we did a little bit of a better job in that with that in the third quarter. And, fourth quarter for a while was going perfectly until we started turning it over again. So overall, nice to get a win. The biggest part about that was how resilient we were. I mean, we were up 11, had 5 straight turnovers. They scored 5 straight possessions. And to be able to kind of get your composure back, go out there, get one big stop that turns into a 4-point lead, that's crucial.
All right, we're going to cut off our TV side, so let me close out here. And Brady, don't cut us off here. I got to do this for the TV folks. Our thanks to our CISN crew tonight, led by our producer and director, Randy Nielsen, Marion Bailey on the TV, along with Rachel Hawley on the TV cameras. So thanks to them. Final scores on the TV side for CISN, the Dowling boys a winner in Game 2, 64-63, and the Dowling girls losing Game 1. Johnston 49-43 over Dowling. In the girls contest, Johnston girls winning 69 in a row. So we'll say so long on the CISN side for Mike Burkert, my partner Jimmy Cataldo in the boys game. I'm Mark Amadell saying goodnight for CISN.